to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, welcome to the program, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. It is Monday, April 3rd, 2023, and today, the President Trump, flies from right down the street here in Florida, from Mar-a-Lago on Trump Force One to New York, so that he's arrested tomorrow. And I just still cannot believe that this is happening. We're going to talk about this in great detail today. And your calls are most definitely welcome at 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. Just a few minutes ago, I was at the airport where Trump Force One is ready to go. And it was a last-minute thing I decided on the way in. I stopped off at Dunkin' Donuts this morning, which was a mistake in itself. But I stopped off at Dunkin' Donuts, and they had CNN on at Dunkin' Donuts, and they had a camera of Trump Force One all lit up on the runway. So I said, I drive by the airport on the way to the radio station. I'm going to stop by. And I really didn't have time to do it. I barely made it here in time. And I did, and I'm making a YouTube video, which I'll have online later today, of all the day's events. But I went down there to the airport, and the fake news media, they're all setting up down there. They have their tripods. They have their step ladders. These reporters, when you see them on TV, oftentimes they're standing on boxes and ladders so that they look taller than they actually are. So I saw all their ladders ready for them to stand on, and the cameras being set up. But I'll tell you what I saw with the report. Now, the people I saw there today were the cameramen and technical people and producers for the fake news reporters. Okay. And like on Friday at Mar-a-Lago early in the morning, the cameramen, the producers, the behind-the-scenes people, they are so giddy. They are so excited. I've never seen the media in a mood like I've seen them the last few days because Trump's getting arrested, so they're all excited. Boy, I tell you, that's what makes them feel good. It's not like he's a criminal or something. And, the way that they operate in the fake news media, I know they think he's all these things. We know he's not. But even the behind-the-scenes people are liberal, like jerks. I mean, it's really bizarre. When Trump was in his first term, I showed this a lot of times when I would make YouTube videos of President Trump and the Beast driving around Palm Beach. When the presidential motorcade with President Trump comes by, the fake news would be in a couple of vans that had big windows in it, like airport shuttles, and it'd say press on it. And you would see them in the van, and they were just miserable. They hated him. They had to cover him. They didn't want to be there. They hated the crowds lining the streets in our MAGA gear, and you could see it. They were just miserable. And I never saw the press around Trump anything other than miserable until Friday and then this morning. So President Trump is flying out to Mar-a-Lago, and like many others, I will be there today supporting our president, Donald Trump. I will be there today. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to be, but I've been hearing from a lot of people over the last 24 hours. The president is leaving at noontime. So when I get off the air at 9 o'clock, I'm heading over to Mar-a-Lago. And I know it's a sad day. This is not an exciting day. This is one of the most god-awful turning points in American history. You've heard historians and liberal intellectual snobs talk about the American experiment. They're always talking about the American experiment, especially over on PBS. Well, right now, I would say the American experiment has failed. To have a political prisoner in the United States that's a regular person like Dinesh D'Souza or the J6 prisoners, that's god awful, and that's not what America's about. But to make a political prisoner out of a president of the United States who's also a presidential candidate is beyond description on how bad this is. And I've got news for you. A lot of you don't realize this now. A lot of you in denial about this. This is not the America that you were born into or grew up in. We are now in East Germany. And I say East Germany, not Russia, because East Germany, you had double clamping down on your freedoms, right? You had the local East German Soviet collaborators and the Soviet Union. We are in East Germany in the 60s and 70s right now. That's where we are. After the wall was built. And this is not a good thing. And it's a scary thing. Because once they do this to him, they're going to do it in the future. Now, I know a lot of people will say, and I've heard liberals say this, well, if this was Hillary Clinton or Bill Clinton, you guys would be celebrating it. Well, there's a big difference between Bill and Hillary and President Trump. They really are criminals who have committed a long laundry list of crimes. But back during the 2016 campaign, I took a lot of heat from people in this audience. By the way, if you're on hold, stand by. After the first break, I'm going to go right to the calls at 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. I took a lot of heat from people in 2016 when the locker up chants were going on. I said, we do not want to lock up former presidents and former first ladies, no matter what kind of criminals they are, because it'll set a dangerous precedent. Well, they'll start locking up Melania or President Trump. And here we are. We didn't even do it to those criminals, and they're arresting him tomorrow. So no, this is bad news. Now, President Trump posted on Truth Social, I will be leaving Mar-a-Lago on Monday. That's today, because he posted this last night, right before midnight. I will be leaving Mar-a-Lago on Monday at 12 noon, heading to Trump Tower in New York. On Tuesday morning, I will be going to, believe it or not, the courthouse. America was not supposed to be this way. That's what President Trump said. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm really sick about this. I'm upset. I'm saddened. And you should be too. And I know you guys are that are, decent people. Liberals, on the other hand, are not decent people. And they're excited, like these fake news cameramen and fake news producers I saw at the airport ready to film Trump Force One this morning. All right, we're going to take our first break of this really sad week in American history. This is a very historic time, people. You are living through a time as historic as 9/11. It's that big of an event that's going on right now. I'm here to tell you. Our number toll free 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. And we will be covering everything that happens through this entire process, right on through the re-election and inauguration of the greatest president ever, Donald Trump. So make sure you tell all your friends about this program, and whatever radio station you're listening to us on, lock us in on your car radio for your drive to work, and tell all your friends to do the same. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. On the radio since 1977, celebrating 46 years on the radio. My name's Brian Craig. We'll be back with your calls right after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines.
Yeah, I know. Now, those of you that are members, I'm making a vlog today of the whole event, and I of course filmed for the vlog going to the airport and seeing the fake news and Trump Force One on my way in this morning. At about 5:30, I was there, and I put that video up raw and unedited for you members. So if you're a member, you can go and see the unedited footage of the Trump Force One this morning at the airport. It's just awful. Just awful. This isn't funny stuff, you know. People are really twisted. We just got a lot of twisted people out there. We really do. We really do. Oh man. Now, guys, if you want to support the show, go to mypillow.com and buy something with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. You're supporting all of my content, the radio show, my YouTube channel, the podcast. When you use our promo code Kane, Kane, and that MyPillow 2.0 is still being offered for buy one, get one free with the cooling technology. I've been sleeping on mine 2 months this Wednesday. You will love it. But you can use our promo code Kane, Kane, on any of the items at mypillow.com, Kane. Yeah, that video is unedited. When it's in the vlog, it'll be much shorter, just a little clips or two out of it. But it shows me driving to the airport. You can see how to get to where Trump Force One is. That's where Air Force One was parked and will be again. And it's available for members. Yeah, and I'm gonna go right to the phones. The phones are pretty busy already. As soon as we get back. No, hold on. I barely made it in here because I stopped at the airport on time, but I made it on time. I didn't think I'd make it, but I did. All right, coming back.
It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian.
All right, welcome back, one and all. A very sad day. Our President Trump flying to New York today to be arrested tomorrow. Can you imagine? Am I the only one that's like in shock about this still? Our number 1-888 go Kane 1-888-465-2631. I'm just going to go to the phones, but there are a lot of topics we're going to cover on the program today in relation to this. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, hi, Brian. Ray of Sunrise.
Oh, hey, Ray. Good morning.
Yeah, Trump should not be going. Now, I know you say it's all set, he's noon and all stuff like that. This is the worst attack on America. The very foundations of our Constitution, our legal rights, and so on. What assurance does he have that he's not going to be not only arrested but jailed?
That's right.
Of anything, put him in jail, and what? Just like January 6th, people.
Yeah. Well, you know, Ray, it's good to hear from you, Ray. You're a good caller. Ray goes with us on our cruises, and Ray, I'll tell you, I agree with you. I don't think he should go to New York, and I've thought that these Democrats, Bragg and the other Democrats, are being too calm, cool, and collected. They have something up their sleeve to surprise us with at that arraignment.
Absolutely. We don't. I see under subpoena. Why does he have to go? Now I know DeSantis, Judas, is not going to back him up on the extradition and things like that. But why does he have to go? Why can't they just put in legal challenges? This whole thing of he's the victim, as you pointed out many times. What crime has he committed? Do we know what it is? And what can they come up? They could just hold him in contempt of court for anything that he says or does.
Yeah, that's right.
And he's gone forever.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people say, well, the Secret Service won't let it. The Secret Service let the FBI go through Melania's underwear drawer. All right.
Yes, this is sick. As you point, this is Nazi Germany. I lived through this. I'm going to be 89 in a couple of years. In a couple of months. In a couple of months. This is Nazi Germany,
Mm.
and it's Stalin. It's not Stalinist Russia, but Russia, like on the East Germany, where people ratted out each other. You could be put in jail. Anything could happen for no reason whatsoever. They'll just come up with anything.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think it's a risk. I don't know why he didn't challenge the extradition. You know, if he challenged it, you know, what these rats hate more than anything are people looking at what they're doing. If he challenged it, and they had to have hearings into the merits of the extradition, this could have fallen apart. I think I've never, I just don't understand why he didn't challenge it.
Republican anti-Trumpsters, the rats, yes. But you see, they can challenge this on the statute of limitations, which they talked about, that this is not a state matter, it was a federal matter, about the election fraud, all this kind of stuff and so on. There are so many ways they could have just put in legal challenges and not even he doesn't have to go there. I just don't trust anything these people do. They lie. I mean, look what Nancy Pelosi says. Well, he's got to prove his innocence. What is this? Prove your innocence. You're innocent until proven guilty.
I couldn't believe she said that. I couldn't believe she said that. And she's older than you. She should know better. You know, the thing, you know, I'll tell you the another thing that makes me nervous is how, well, you know, she looks older than you. I'll tell you that, even with all that cosmetic surgery she's had. My goodness.
That's why I don't call you. I'm playing golf 3 days a week. I get up at 5:30.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And he did well. He can afford the early tea time. So Ray did well. You know, the thing, guys like me, we play in the middle of the day when it's cheap. You know, another thing is I've seen these fake news reporters all weekend, and they're so chipper. They're in such a good mood. It's almost like they know something is coming in that arraignment.
You see, Brian, also, why can't they do the legal challenges? How about requesting a change of venue? Why is he even going to New York? You know, he's no way he's going to get fair treatment there. And the judge and the jury, this is impossible.
Yeah.
Kangaroo court. This is like the devil and Daniel Webster. Remember the jurors?
Yeah.
It's like crazy.
And this judge, I mean, you got a Trump-hating liberal judge. It's insane.
These people got elected to go after Trump. That was the basis of their election, of how they.
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
that's right.
They just want they want the perp walk. They want the handcuffs. They want the leg irons. They just want to see him in jail behind bars. And I just don't trust this. Once they put him in jail, what's to say when the heck is he going to get it?
Yeah, and you know, I know everyone's saying they just want the mugshot. When have you ever seen liberals ask for something, get it, and say we want nothing else? They always want more.
Brian, do we know exactly what are the charges?
No, we don't. We don't.
Anything.
We don't.
He's walking into the snake pit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, Ray.
Listen, like you say.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Take care, Ray. Yes. You know, I forgot to ask him. You know, when we were on our cruise in one of the islands, I can't remember which island it was, Ray went off on his own and he ran into one of Trump's lawyers on one of the islands on our cruise. Took a picture with him. I can't remember which one. Oh, shoot. Next time he calls. All right. Our number 1-888-GO-KANE-1. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, they thought better of it. I understand it. I get it. Good morning. You're on the air. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Okay. Hey, what's up?
Good morning.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Thank you. Brian, we are just totally devastated about Trump going to New York and being indicted. This is a sham.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
We're afraid. What if they put a gag order on him? What if they don't let him go?
Well, you know, President Trump announced he's going to address the nation Tuesday night, and this liberal judge, I think, is not going to allow it. If he puts a gag order on the president and he speaks, they can lock him up, hold him in contempt, and put him in jail for that.
They can. I mean, where is the support? Where is the Republican support? We should all be down there supporting him.
Well, I'm going to be there today. You know, as soon as I get off the air at 9, I'm heading down to Mar-a-Lago to support the president. and I know it's going to be a massive turnout. I've been hearing from people, big time, big time. That there's going to be a massive turnout down there today in support of the president, and it's very important because the news are going to be covering this by air and land, and so they're going to be. And by the way, guys, be on your best behavior. No arguing, no nothing. Don't engage.
Keep writing, Brad.
No. Be cool. Be cool. Be calm. And don't let any fake just because someone's MAGA doesn't mean they're your friend. Remember, Sullivan on January 6th was wearing MAGA from head to toe. Do not be anything but cool. All right? And that's very important.
Yeah. So good. I'm glad you're going. I know Marjorie Taylor Greene is going. We watched her on 60 Minutes last night.
Great interview, by the way.
Amazing.
Amazing. Lesley Stahl is a terrible person.
Yes. We didn't watch 60 Minutes after the Trump interview. I was so disgusted.
I watched the part with Marjorie Taylor Greene, then I was out, but I did watch that.
I was too. Yeah, we shut it off after that. But she is totally loyal. We are loyal. I'm telling you, we are loyal Trump supporters. He is good for the country. He feels for the people. He knows what it's like. He's taking all the bullets.
Yeah. All right. Take care. All right. Watch your language. All right. Now listen. First time I had to use the dump button today. Okay. We're in a new America today, people. You got to watch your language, watch the things you say, watch your analogies and everything else. Okay. All right. We're going to take our break for the bottom of the hour. If you're on hold, stand by. We're going to have complete coverage of this terrible moment in American history, the arrest of the president, Donald Trump. As I just can't believe I said that. It's happening. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again. It's the Steve King Show with Brian Craig.
If you're new to my channel, subscribe, and everyone, please like the video. There's over 1,100 of you in the live chat right now. Please like the video. Oh man, I tell you guys, this is did any of you watch my airport video this morning? I mean, it's just, oh man, I know it's really awful. And I know they got their little step ladders. Those texts, that's my wife texting me. Oh my goodness. No, why do you think he didn't challenge extradition? Why do you guys think that he didn't challenge extradition? He's well within his rights to challenge it. Well, oh man, has anyone heard any updates on Wookiees, by the way? Yeah, it's risky. I mean, he's traveling, into Moscow, 1958 here, It's For more information, go to ombudsman.elderaffairs.org. Ombudsman.elderaffairs.org. He's in the chat. Oh, great. I have the screen dimmed so low. that it's hard for me to see the chat too clearly. I got to really look closely here during the break. So that's good. Glad Wookiees is in there. Now, I pinned, my wife, we started a new merch store for the channel, and I pinned the link to our merch store. It's in the chat room. It's called thetrumpmerch.com. Thetrumpmerch.com. So check that out, guys. I'm going to go right back to the phones. Tell me yes or no. Should Trump go to New York? Yes or no? Should Trump go to New York? Yes or no? Should Trump go to New York? I say no. No, no, no. No, yeah. Yeah. Once they have him in their custody, it's unpredictable if he gets to leave. You know, they may keep him in jail. They may put him in a cell. They may send him to Rikers. They may not let him leave New York. They may, you know, there's all kinds of things. They may not let him speak. You know, there's lots of things that could go south here. It is not. I don't know. I mean, Trump knows what he's doing, but I was really expecting him to challenge it.
Rebate programs for low to moderate income families up to $150,000 of income. $14,000 per year. This is huge. You can use this money for insulation and radiant barrier. Up to $2,800 available. Comfort hot water heaters up to $3,750 available. AC units up to $10,000 available. Electric panel upgrades up to
I'm not happy about that. I just so worried about him getting locked up. No, you can challenge extradition. You can challenge extradition. You know. You know, they can come up with some other evidence and charges once they're in that arraignment that have just come to light. You know, who knows what could happen? Where would you change it to that they would agree to? That's realistic. You know. Oh yeah, Ray sent me a text. He saw he ran into Mark Caruso, one of Trump's lawyers in the British Virgin Islands when we were there. It's pretty cool, huh? Yes, yes. Every American should be outraged. Yeah. Oh no, you can't trust them. I thought Marjorie Taylor Greene was awesome on 60 Minutes last night. She has a beautiful house, doesn't she? They showed her working out. Pretty scary, huh? All right, we are back. Let's go to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. You turn you down on the telephone.
Okay, go ahead.
Jay from Jersey.
Yeah, Jay, what's up?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I was calling the globe. I'm kind of giddy myself. Yeah, you were saying about if they got Trump down here in New York right next to me, yay, that they may not let him go. You do realize he could possibly be a flight risk since he has his own airplane.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They're taking the Rikers. I think that would be a good thing because we're so happy. I'm so happy we had a party Friday.
Yeah, who's we?
Me and some friends, everybody celebrating.
Now, you have friends?
I have plenty of friends.
Yeah, and how did you celebrate? Tell me about the Trump locked up party. Tell me about that party. Describe the scene.
Just sat around, had a few drinks.
Oh, that's every day with you. That's every day. What did you do that was unusual in a celebration? Sitting around having drinks. That's your daily life.
Oh, I did. I watched something else. I watched you in that little red girl car that you drove. You drive a girl car, man. What's wrong with you?
Well, are you talking about my Mini Cooper?
Yeah, that's right. Why you had to give it red?
It's not. Well, it's not red. It's orange. It's not red. It's orange. Well, I'm going to agree with you on one thing. That is a girl's car. It's my wife's car.
Oh, thank God. Because I was going to say, you a man that wouldn't bought that. But no,
I bought it for my wife. I bought it for my wife. What kind of car did you buy your wife?
You don't need to know all of that.
Yeah, I know. You don't have a wife, do you? You don't have a wife.
You're just talking about how giddy we
are
of Trump. We're giddy.
What kind of car do you own? Are you like Ron DeSantis and don't own a car? What kind of car do you have?
Oh, wait a minute. Now that's another thing. Ron DeSantis was your best.
Oh, so no until it. So you have no wife, you have no car, you have no wife, no car.
Turn on people so quick.
Uh-huh.
Turn on people
See, he wants to do anything. He wants to do anything but talk about himself. No wife, no car.
You want to talk about everything but what I called about.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
To talk about how giddy and gay everybody is.
Gay? Oh, and you're gay? You're no wife, no car, you're giddy and gay. Oh, that explains why you don't have a wife.
Hey, you're the gay one.
No, you.
Trump, you're in Trump.
What? Excuse me. What? You're a liberal person. What is wrong with someone being gay?
A Republican who has turned into a cult behind a stupid man.
So no wife, no car. You're giddy. And gay. You said.
You can come up with.
And you're self-hating. You're a homophobe.
Finally locking up Trump.
You're gay and a homophobe.
Enough Trump. We're finally locking up Trump. We're finally locking up Trump. We're finally locking up Trump. Bye.
Wow. Interesting call there. All right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. How you doing?
All right. How are you?
Yes. I'm sorry. Let me take the speaker. Who was that guy he was talking to? Like, seriously?
That's Jay from Jersey. Doesn't own a car, has no wife, drinking all weekend, and he said he's giddy and gay, but he's also a homophobe. So he's got a lot of problems.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to just call like that, but I mean, it's crazy. This guy is literally like he having a whole conversation. It looks like he's been drinking all night.
Yeah. It's not morning yet for Jay from Jersey. It's still the night.
Well, anyway, this is crazy, but I'm gonna say this. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing the best I can. Our president's getting arrested.
Yeah, I know. And I'm from Florida. This is Maria.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What I have to say is this is pretty sad, and it had me down, for about a week. But I come to my sense to know, what, whatever plans that they have for him, it's not going to stick. And he's going to fight this all the way through. It's just sad that he has to be arraigned tomorrow, and he has to go through this. But you have a lot of haters out there. And trust me, I've seen them because they say,
well, Maria, listen, he's going to be arraigned in front of a liberal Democrat Trump-hating judge. He's going to be tried by a Democrat liberal Trump-hating jury. He's going to be prosecuted by a George Soros-controlled prosecutor. I don't know why people are so confident he's going to win here. This is a kangaroo court. The verdict has already been rendered. They're guilty.
Right. No, I'm saying they need to. What I was saying that his lawyer needs to find a way to get it out of New York, because unless he do that, he will not be winning.
Well, presidents shouldn't be put on trial. The only change of venue that would work for Trump is if you had a time machine and you could transport him back before he came down the escalator, because all these people in New York that hate him now loved him back then.
Yeah. It's really bad. I don't know how he can overcome this, because this is something different. This ain't like, okay, they want to charge me, but then bring no charges. This is real charges. This is real life, And this man have never, and this is what I find is so amazing. This man have never been in trouble with the law. Never. And they just keep attacking him. I don't know, how long he can keep going like this.
Well, and I want you guys to understand something here, and I know a lot of you do, but I don't think we think about this too much. All this persecution that President Trump's going through, he's doing this for us and for our country. I mean, he could make a deal, drop out of the race, promise never to run again, and and all that. But he does this, and I know a lot of people are making this reference, and some people don't like it. But it's like it's kind of like the Stations of the Cross here going to New York to this arraignment. He is a Jesus-like figure right now of persecution.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely true. You're right about that because, like I said, a lot of us, we wasn't thinking about the fact that they actually might do this. And now that they are doing it, it's like, oh, wow. And I see a lot of people giggling and laughing, and it ticks me off. I just like, what you laughing for? You think it's funny? What if it was you? You wouldn't want to go through that, and you've never been in trouble in your life, and all of a sudden now you've been offended that fingerprint. You finna be your mud shot. It's gonna be all over everywhere. Come on, man. Like this is really ridiculous.
Yeah, and going through the justice system in New York City, it's not like the American justice system. This is a kangaroo legal system up there. That's it. I mean, and look, they won't send the cops out when people are getting thrown in front of subway trains, but now they have all the police in the streets now.
Yeah, I seen that. I was like, wow, this is ridiculous.
All right, Maria. Thank you for your call. All right, have a great day. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Yes, you're on the air.
Yes, hi. I think this is an absolute disgrace what's happening to our country right now. And this moron that just called in, that guy there from Jersey, forget about it. He's a real loser. I don't think he's going to get off on this one. I just think, like you said, this is the Stations of the Cross. That's what I said from the beginning. This is the Stations of the Cross. And with that I think, you know what I think?
Well, it is. I mean, it is Holy Week. It's Holy Week. Yesterday was Palm Sunday. I mean, of all weeks.
Yes. And let me tell you something. Hillary should be arrested. And Biden's son, that crackhead, he should be arrested.
Well, also, in Miranda Devine's book, the laptop showed that Joe Biden was paying for Hunter's hookers at that Beverly Hills hotel. He was doing that across state lines. I mean, that's like federal.
And why is this guy still not arrested? This is a joke, all right? They are so guilty. The Clintons, all right? The Biden, why are they not arrested?
Mm-hmm.
Trump, they should be arrested, these people. They are guilty. You want Trump to be arrested? Well, guess what? You got to get arrested too, because you're just as guilty if you think Trump is.
What do you think about our Florida governor not doing anything about this?
Because he's a snake, DeSantis. I liked him. I moved down here because of him, but he's a typical. He's just like the rest of them. All right. He's just like the rest of them. He's being backed up by the Bush family, okay? That's the only way he's running for president, because the Bush family's backing him up.
Yeah.
And he's a snake. And now I don't trust him, okay? He's just like all the other politicians, okay? DeSantis was good for Florida. He kept it open. And now I think he's getting his ego starting to get a little too big on DeSantis.
That's right. Listen, I got to run for a break. Great call. Thanks so much. Great calls today. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig, back after this.
The cold, hard.
Wow. Great calls today. Great calls today.
The Steve Kane Show. Attention wine lovers.
I know. I just liberals are just terrible, terrible people. I mean, that's just the reality. That's just the reality. Oh boy. No. Do you think the judge is going to put through a gag order and that'll stop Trump from campaigning and having his address to the nation tomorrow night?
Simple and no fun. I have robotic lasers that have a wonderful effect on joint pain. These are all FDA approved.
Now, you don't just help with knees. Tell the listeners what other areas you can help with.
Any joint I can do, shoulder pain, hip pain, sciatica, stenosis, arthritis, tendonitis, bursitis.
No, the Republicans aren't doing much at all.
Dr. Appleton is a
They're not doing much at all.
pain system. No injections, no surgery, and no drugs. He's open 6 days a week.
Nope.
Same-day appointments are available. Call right now for your free consultation. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Make sure to tell Dr. Appleton you heard about him on the radio.
This is Lori Kane.
All right, coming
When
back after
people
this.
Go to the dentist, they think of the pain, but the biggest pain is the cost. Not with Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental Care. The dental work is painless, and the prices are painless too. Call today, 954-922-4633. 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. BrightonDentalCare.com.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is.
All right, welcome back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. So the president is flying to New York from Palm Beach today. Tomorrow he surrenders, arraigned, and then his plan is to fly back tomorrow, and then Tuesday at 8:15 Eastern address the nation from Mar-a-Lago. Now, there's only one opening on the board, by the way, and I'm going to go right to the phones at 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. But I just want to throw this out. Everyone assumes there's going to be a gag order, and I can see that happening. But will it prevent him from speaking? You know, we had Fred Goldman on the show during the O.J. Simpson civil trial. Fred Goldman, the father of the man who was murdered by O.J. Simpson. And we had him on for an interview during the civil trial, and there was a gag order. And I can't remember exactly what the topics were at the time. It's been a long time. But it was I remember the emotion of Fred Goldman on the program. And we had an hour conversation, Steve and I, with Fred Goldman, and he was under a gag order, a very strict gag order. There were some things we couldn't talk about with him. But we had a great interview with Fred Goldman, even though he was under gag order. So a gag order, they can't say you can't. I've never heard a gag order that prevents people from speaking publicly about anything other than the case. All right. All right. Every line on the board is lit. So let me go to the phone. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Yes, Mike.
Yeah, you're right about this gag order, and you're also right. When I believe yesterday on your podcast, you said you were talking about a possible, ankle bracelet or whatever. But that's just as dangerous as putting him in prison, because they could set that thing for.
Okay, all right. I don't need to go into that kind of stuff, Mike. Come on. All right. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Montana Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Last night I heard on Newsmax Trump's lawyer in an interview. He believes the Secret Service wouldn't let Trump be handcuffed. And I'm just curious if the Secret Service would have rule over New York Police Department.
Well, the thing about the Secret Service, they're part of the federal service, okay? They work for the government. They work for the federal government. And they let the FBI go through Barron's bedroom. They let the FBI go through the president's desk. They let the FBI go through Melania's underwear drawer and closet. The Secret Service oftentimes are just observers. They make sure that the protectee is safe and all, but they don't interfere in things that are going on around them unless it endangers the person they're protecting. So they could lock him up in a jail cell. The Secret Service will be in it and around it and all that stuff. But they're more like observers oftentimes. And I don't trust. Who trusts the government right now with everything we've seen these last couple of years, the J6 prisoners and everything else? They're arresting the president here. How can you trust anyone from the government right now to do the right thing? I don't.
I don't either, and I just keep praying for Trump and our country. But
yeah, all right, Mark, take care. Yeah, I know we all are. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jeff from Maine, Brian.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, I don't believe the Secret Service would ever let him be put in a cell. I don't even think their cuffs will be coming into the situation. They are stupid, they are ignorant, they're evil, but that ain't gonna happen. Is there a judge in New York with enough brains to say you are not gonna put President Trump in a cell ever?
The judges in New York are liberal Democrats.
And there's gotta be someone there with enough brains to put an end to it. All it would take is one.
No, not the judge. He's going in front of the judge that put the head of his company in prison. So, no.
This is a dire day in America. We are straight up fighting evil, and the Democrats don't even try to hide it, Brian.
Yeah, that's right.
This is crazy, crazy times in America. But we serve a God who is mighty, and I'm praying for him, and I know a lot of us here are, because I believe that we're going to see something come of this that's going to help America.
Yeah, and I don't I mean, the trust in the government is at its lowest point, maybe ever right now, and I don't trust anyone that works for the government to do anything but the wrong thing. The thing that really has me worried is how the Democrats aren't bragging about this too much. They're too calm, they're too quiet, they're not doing victory laps. They could come up with some new evidence that they only just discovered, that only just came to light at that arraignment. And I'm expecting something like that.
But they have to do a disclosure to Trump and his lawyers before they can do that.
They have to. These are lawless. These are lawless people. The court system in New York, it's lawless. This is not a place where laws matter. They make their own laws.
It's true, Brian. But even I love one verse in the Bible that says, "What Satan meant for evil, God meant for good." And I believe some good's going to come out of this for our country. We got to hope, we got to believe, and we got to keep the faith. And like you said, keep cooler minds. Don't get emotional. We need to stay matter of fact and stay united, because
correct.
One is us divided, and they'll never do that, Brian, will they?
Never.
United more than ever. We are going to stand behind President Trump and one another, and we're going to keep level heads and do what's right.
Yeah.
Because it's always right to do right.
That's right. All right, Jeff from Maine, thanks for the call. And those of you that are going to line up Southern Boulevard today, which is going to be lined up from the airport to Mar-a-Lago with Trump supporters today, be cool. Don't engage in any arguments. I had a liberal who's been trying to get a reaction out of me for a while. Some of this on my podcast last night. I'll just give you the Reader's Digest version. But, I live stream on the weekends from time to time. And I've been doing it a lot lately because of all this terrible news that's going on with President Trump. And I was live streaming from Starbucks Sunday morning. And, I got my MAGA hat on. I'm live streaming on YouTube, and everything else. And there's this liberal guy who's kind of been stalking me as I've been doing my weekend live streams at the coffee shop. And everything he does is to try to engage me, try to get me to react, to get me to respond, and to try to trigger me, which will never happen. Yesterday, during my live stream on YouTube, he was behind me, just like 2 feet behind me, watching me the whole time like a weirdo. And he started playing on his iPhone Ron DeSantis's Long Island speech. It was so bizarre. So, these leftists, they go to events like today, and they try to get you to react. Don't. Don't get into any discussions with anyone. I don't care if they're in a MAGA hat or not. Don't trust them. If you don't know them, don't trust them. Okay. There will be agitators in the crowd of supporters today looking to jam you up. All right. Now I want to tell everyone, here we are in the month of April, and spring cleaning time, and also summer. Man, it's already summer in Florida. It's so hot in Florida. Oh my goodness. I brought a change of clothes in the car for when I go to Mar-a-Lago today because it's so hot, and those nights can be hot too, but not with the MyPillow 2.0. I've been sleeping on the MyPillow 2.0. This Wednesday will be 2 months, my wife and I. The MyPillow 2.0 has cooling technology so that your head and face never get hot, never get warm, ever at night. It's amazing. You'll never flip your pillow over again looking for that cool side. It's amazing. Every time you flip your pillow over because you want that cool side, you've interrupted your rested night's sleep. And even if you don't remember it, you've woken up. You don't want to do that. You want to get the best rested night's sleep you can. I had to get up early this morning. I set my alarm for 2 a.m. and I didn't go to bed till about 9:30 or 10. And I'm so filled with energy and ready to go all day long because those few hours of sleep I got were well-rested sleep because of that MyPillow 2.0 and the other great MyPillow, the sheets and the 3-inch MyPillow mattress top and everything else that I have. But right now, the MyPillow 2.0 is buy one, get one free with our promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. And remember, you can take advantage of all the specials at MyPillow.com with our promo code KANE, not just the ones I highlight. You can also order by phone toll-free, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code KANE, KANE. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, it's Renee from Harlem.
Hey, Renee, what's up?
Well, I've been watching the news over the last couple of days, and the one thing that I can think of is good karma. This is karma because the birther in chief is getting locked up. And that is good karma. I should apologize to Central Park 5 for accusing them of something that he did.
Yeah. What about the New York Times and all the New York news? As a black man in America, you should not want the justice system to be used against people that the system just doesn't like. Innocent people like Donald Trump should not be arrested, prosecuted, and tried.
He's not innocent.
What's he guilty of?
Rape.
Stormy Daniels accused him of consensual sex.
Yeah, but she's not the only one.
Well, in America, you're innocent until proven guilty, and I haven't heard anything about a rape charge out of New York. Is he being arrested for rape?
You haven't heard about the woman that was what was she, a model or something like that? And
I don't know. This is your star witness you're talking about. You don't know the name? I know the name. I know the name of a rape victim. Juanita Broderick. She was raped by President Clinton twice. Paula Jones. She was physically assaulted by President Clinton. Kathleen Willey was sexually assaulted by President Clinton. I know their names. But you don't know the name of your person. You're pathetic.
The name for the Central Park 5?
Why are we talking about the Central Park 5? They're arresting the president.
Because he wanted to have them murdered.
No, excuse me. The rape victim, they were ID'd in a rape by a victim. What are you supposed to do? Not believe a woman? I thought her truth was to be believed. We'll be back.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Road Studio. Injured recently?
Well, I didn't have enough time to go through the names of all the people assaulted by Democrats, actually. We're up against the break. I barely made it. Yeah, those of you that are just joining, there's over 1,400 people in the live stream. Please subscribe if you're new, and everyone like the video. If all 1,400 plus of you like the video, That would get this video recommended to a lot of people that have not found my channel yet and help the channel grow. So that would be a good thing. And now I'm not sure where I'm going to be down at Mar-a-Lago today. I know where I'm going to park, but I'm not going to tell everyone where I'm parking. But because I got a good place I can park. But I've never, all the times I've gone down there to see President Trump, I've always gone down there to greet him coming home from the airport, never going to. So my normal places I would go to greet him coming by, aren't good. So I got to find a new place. But yeah, I'm going to make a YouTube video of the whole thing. That's why I went to the airport this morning. That's part of the video. Well, it will be part of the vlog, but I'm going to make a vlog of the whole day's events. Yep, starting right here at the radio studio and heading to Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, there's only one opening on the board. Oh yeah, I'm expecting triggered liberals. It's so hot in Florida. What's the temperature going to be today? Let me look. Let's see. The president's leaving at 12. Let's see. So it'll be 86 degrees and sunny at 12. High today of 88. So, yeah. I will get to that. I talked about that on the podcast last night, those donations, D, but I will get to that later. Yeah, so I brought a Trump T-shirt to change into, because this will be too hot to wear out in that 88-degree heat. And I brought, because I'm going to park, and I want to be able to go between the different locations with the people. I'm going to, every line on the board is lit. I brought my mini MAGA scooter. I've got an electric scooter, that is the mini MAGA scooter. So I brought that so I can go from location to location.
It's Scott Shannon here with a question. How would you like a free doorbell camera? You get a doorbell camera, you get a doorbell camera, and you get a doorbell camera.
Oh, I will. You'll see it in the video. I'm going to make a vlog of the whole thing from the time I leave the radio station to going there. I will. This one is one of those, it's a pretty cool scooter. It's one of those hipster scooters, that you see all the wokesters riding around like Seattle on, with the handlebars, you stand on it, It's one of those. I took it once. I've shown it on a vlog before when I went to the church where President Trump and Melania were married.
Receive a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Sloman Shield. So call Sloman's now for this limited time offer. 833-283-5050. That's 833-283-5050.
All right.
Back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, it's Monday. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show. There's only one opening on the board at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. The president is flying to New York at noontime today, and you'll be arrested tomorrow. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, hey, Brian. It's Angela from Boca. How are you?
All right. How are you?
Pretty good. I want to tell you something. First of all, it's a sad day for our country. It's going to be very, very sad. And I believe, this is just my personal thoughts, this is going to backfire so bad, because anything that's unjust is going to be taken care of.
Yeah, but we're not. This is Manhattan right now is run by George Soros. Okay, so this is like Elliot Ness flying into Chicago when Al Capone was running it and getting a fair shake in a court of law. That's insane. It's just not going to happen. I mean, he's flying into East Berlin.
Well, I'm an optimist because I have a lot of faith. A lot of things have happened in my life that seem completely impossible, completely. And all of a sudden, something changed. He could go to New York, he could go to the moon. I'm telling you, he's going to beat it. I'm telling you. And it's going to backfire in the Democratic Party so badly that I even think that people are going to wake up and change and say, you know what, look at how low this is.
Well, the powers that be are out of touch with the pulse of the American people. Donald Trump has raised many millions of dollars. And Jason Miller, I believe it was Jason Miller, somebody in the Trump circle had said that 1/4 of the donations that came in last week are from new donors, people that have never donated before. That's huge.
Yeah.
But what do you expect to happen after this arraignment?
It may be initially, it may be not good initially, but I think that as we proceed, I think that he's going to beat it. I just do.
Well, Pontius Pilate brag up there. I mean, this is crazy. And you know what are your thoughts on our governor? You're Floridian. What are your thoughts on Governor DeSantis?
I like Governor DeSantis a lot. Matter of fact, I love Governor DeSantis. But at the end of the day, when it comes to him, he has to think about his family, his career.
Well, he's blown that. He's blown his career. He's not electable in Florida anymore.
Yeah. Well, I think that's why he's playing it the way he's playing it.
But he was until 2 weeks ago. He was doing fine until he said he wouldn't interfere if they arrest Trump. Then that was it. And he's had several opportunities to correct that mistake, and he's quadrupled down.
Sad.
Yeah. All right. Take care. Yeah. Yeah. Finish up. Give you
the thing I want to say that Mark Levin said he was with Donald Trump. Just
yeah.
As cool as can be. And what made me really, really touched and really sad is when Mark Levin said people don't realize this is a family. They're affecting a family. It's not just Donald Trump. They're affecting the kids. They're affecting everything. I just found that to be really.
Yeah, but we're dealing with terrible people. You know, what Bragg would say is, well, you know, families were split up by the slave masters. You know, this is, you know, they don't care. They don't care. You know, and they, you know, this is an event bigger than 9/11, because when 9/11 happened, what happened with our country is that it made our democracy stronger. We united against it. You know, they attacked New York City because it's a financial center of Western civilization and the United States, of course. And we were strong after that, and it made us stronger as a country. This makes us much weaker. This is the biggest attack on the American system of government that we've ever had. In fact, our government is, if it's not already, is on the verge of collapse as a free government. We're run by bureaucrats in the deep state in China and in the 51st state, Ukraine.
Yeah. Well, keep the faith, Brian, okay?
Okay, take care. Take care. Yeah, it's easy for you guys to say it's going to be fine. You're not the one getting booked by Pontius Bragg up there. All right, let's go. Let's see here. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Tom and Sebastian. I'm going to say this. Most of the pinhead callers that, you know, they're already giving up. They agree with everything, with the exception of Richie. I know Richie. We asked Richie about Bobby Knight from Indiana. They wanted him to come back to Puerto Rico, which is like another country. Bobby Knight did not go. Very similar to New York. You're not into sports. You ask Richie. Richie knows all about it. Why? Do you trust the New York cop? Ask Richie that too. The New York cop. Which way
Richie, what are you, his buddy? Oh my God, ask Richie. I know. All right, I'll call Richie on his radio show. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? These people. Hey, Douglas.
Something must be up for President Trump to decide to go, because I was thinking that they were going to try to get the case thrown out and all the stuff, but he had to go. So I was hoping that the Secret Service would play the same game as this low IQ DA and pervert the law by saying, "Oh, we're going to interview everybody who could possibly be in the building, and that will probably take 2 years, and it'll be president by then."
Mm-hmm.
Something must be up behind the scenes that we don't know for President Trump to decide to go. Maybe he decided to just a quick picture and go out. But I hope that's what it is, man, because I hate to see him go there like you.
It's listen. Ray called in the first hour, and I said this to him. They're floating this narrative that they just want the mugshot. Can you tell me when the Democrats wanted just one thing and they got it and they said, "Well, mission accomplished. That's all we wanted. We're done here now." Come on, they always want more.
Never. They'll say you give an inch to take the whole arm. Something's up. But I'm hoping that they gave them their word and
their word. The word of who?
Yeah, sure.
See, this is what Your Honor, some new evidence has just come to light, and blah blah blah, and then we're done.
Maybe everybody should surround the airport and not let.
Okay, all right, yeah, maybe people should watch what they say. What time is it here? I got time for one more caller before the break. Good morning, you're on the air. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Good morning, you're on the
air. Yeah, this
is turn the volume down. Turn down the TV. He's got me on the TV.
Yeah, good morning, Brian.
Good morning.
The Secret Service has been involved in all of the negotiations for this.
Oh, is this the Secret Service that let the FBI go through Melania's underwear drawer?
Well, we can have a disagreement. My question to you was, in the negotiation, they must have said that, well, they're not going to allow him.
Negotiations?
Yeah.
Oh, so you take Bragg at his word.
No, I think Trump is doing this because there'll be a conflict between what the Secret Service will allow and what Bragg and the judge.
Okay, yeah, and then there's a conflict, and the judge says this, and they got the entire New York Police Department there. What happens?
Secret Service is over the local police.
According to the law, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is these people in New York don't care about the law. See, Bragg, what they would tell you, what the mayor would tell you, and what Bragg would tell you is the laws were written by racist, white supremacist slave owners for the maintaining of white supremacy, and they don't apply.
Well, it's going to be an interesting thing because the Secret Service is above all law enforcement in the country. And so when they say you can't do this, like ankle bracelets or which would identify where the president is.
Yeah, but they let the FBI go through Barron's room at Mar-a-Lago.
We don't know if they let them or if Trump said let them browse the house and they have film of it to be used.
Oh, he said. Oh, so you think President Trump said, "Yeah, go through Melania's underwear drawer and closet"? You really think?
I think they have films that Trump will draw someone in and let them do their criminal shit.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, that's the second time we had to hit the dump button today. But that's the first time we've had to use it for profanity in a while. You know, one of those cuss words. Well, we got it. Yeah, okay. Mike says we got it. Okay. All right, good. Well, you know what? It's time for a break anyway. If you're on hold, we got to wait for the delay to build back up. We'll be back after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig on Oldies 95.9 and 106.9.
It's Brian Craig here. How would you like a free doorbell camera? You get a doorbell camera. You get a doorbell camera. And you get a doorbell camera. Wish I had them for everyone, but the first 42 oldest channel listeners who call 1-833-283-5050.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
My mom even confirms it. She's like, I didn't hear the guy curse. Yeah, good, because we talked.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There, a few years ago, the delay was broken for 2 weeks. We didn't announce it.
I'd be so stressed.
Yeah.
Especially like a time like this.
I said it was, hey, it's on you guys. You don't want to get it fixed. It's,
Just do your job.
Yeah, exactly.
That just shows me, someone's about to go over and you're like, yeah, nope, stopping it right
Oh,
there.
yeah. Mm. He said the S word. You can't say the S word on the radio.
Do you suffer from knee pain? Have you been told that you have bone on bone or need a knee replacement?
Mm-hmm.
Have you been told that you have osteoarthritis? Well, then come see us at Lighthouse Medical Center. We have non-surgical solutions that include rehab and injections that can prevent you from having to have surgery or prolong the surgery. We've been in practice for 75
Oh, this
years
is the
in South
cleanest
Florida.
radio station ever.
754-222-6642. That's 754-222-6642. On the air since 1977, it's the Steve King Show with Brian Craig.
All right, welcome back, one and all. If you're on hold, stand by. Our number 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. I want to tell you guys about any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs. This is where I go for all of my health tests, all my lab tests. And by the way, my wife as well, and my daughter, when she's in Florida, goes to any lab test now of Boca and Coral Springs too. And, the reason that is, they have every possible lab test that your doctor would ever order, and it's so convenient. By the way, they have the guaranteed lowest price on all of their thousands of lab tests, but you're in and out in just a couple of minutes. They like me to say 15 minutes or less because they don't, but I've never been in there 15 minutes for my lab test. And I'm in there talking. I know the lab techs, I know the guys that own the place, and I'm in there talking and getting my lab test done. And I always look at my clock, and I'm usually back in 10 minutes. And that's with conversation. My wife, she goes to any lab test of Boca for her lab test, 5 minutes in and out. You get the results the next day. They're sent directly to your doctor if you want, or sent directly to you as well if you want. You can have them emailed to you. And it's just such a convenient thing. When you go to your doctor for lab test, it's like a whole day thing. It takes hours and hours. Even if you go to one of those the big labs, you know which ones. You get an order from the doctor, you go to one of those big labs. Well, first off, you still had to go to the doctor to get the order. And even if you have an appointment at those places, you're there forever. It's like a whole day affair. Any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs. Now, listen, I know there's a lot of any lab test nows around, but these are the only two advertising on our radio station, okay? So don't go to the rest. Go to these two. Any lab test now of Boca is located in the Sandalwood Plaza, where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road and north of Hillsborough Boulevard on the east side of 441. State Road 7. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University Drive and Ramblewood by the Coral Square Mall. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. Okay, let's go back to our very busy phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. This is Rob from California. Listen, I have an idea for the people who might go to the protest of Trump, for Trump. Okay, my idea is do not bring your cell phones. Okay, cell phones track you. Even if they're off, they can track you. If you go with people to a protest, bring an F.
This is not a protest. We are going to support our president. We're going to line there. There will be thousands of supporters lined up from Mar-a-Lago to the airport.
Tomorrow,
oh no! MAGA people do not go to New York. Do not. I know Marjorie Taylor Greene is leading the support there. Do not go to New York with your MAGA hat. That's asking for trouble, man. Do not go to New York with your MAGA hat.
But even for Trump events, do not take your cell phone. Use an FRS radio.
Okay, all right. And, Johnny's got a long mustache. If anybody gets that reference, I don't know what he's talking about. All right, 1-888-GO-CANE. 1-888-465-2631. In fact, now I believe there should be a complete embargo against New York until this travesty ends. I don't think anyone should go to New York. I don't think we should do any business from New York. In fact, I think our freedom truckers, remember we were talking about the freedom truckers a while back? Truck drivers should refuse to drive goods and serve to New York City. Yeah, the chair's against the wall. That's right. Somebody got the reference. Thank you very much. We should not go to New York. We should not support New York. There should be an economic embargo of New York until this stops. What is New York without tourists? What is New York without truck drivers? Yeah, that's right. All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
James from Boca.
Hey, Boca, what's up?
No, listen, well, we don't thank President Trump for waking us up from this movie of 1984. But let me ask you a question. With them opening Pandora's box now, we wanted all these political people, Pelosi, the whole list, to get in trouble for whatever dastardly deeds they've done. And by doing this, haven't they kind of opened the gateway to that for us?
Well, no, they're Democrats. Democrats have a license to do whatever crime they want.
We switched it back,
Well,
media crying about, well, as soon as they get in office, they're going to try to do this to us. Well, they're doing it to us already. So tit for tat.
No, what would that do? What would that do to our country if we started arresting Democrats to get even for what they're doing now? How would that better this country? Would make it worse? No, this is the big. When it comes to certain people, yeah, you don't arrest presidents, you don't arrest first ladies. Congressmen are different, but you don't arrest. Yeah, you do not arrest presidents, and you do not arrest first ladies. And this is the biggest threat to American democracy that this country has faced, even during the Democrat insurrection of the Civil War. This is the biggest test of the American system in our history.
I wouldn't say arrest any presidents, but to go after Congress,
Congress. There have been over the year, many members of Congress have gone to prison over the years. It's no big deal. They go to prison all the time, and a lot of times, big time guys have gone to prison from Congress. We used to have a guy who was an ex-Democrat congressman that used to come in on the show all the time, and he went to prison for using his campaign funds to pay off his gambling debts and stuff like this. And members of Congress go to prison all the time. That's not that unusual. But presidents and first ladies, that's a big deal.
And one more question, I'll let you go. Should the Republican DAs in all these states start filing charges against the congressman.
No. I think that Kevin McCarthy should shut down the government. You know, I know there's not a budget measure up right now, but you know, the House of Representatives, this is an attack on America going on right now. This is an attack on the American system of government. You don't have political prisoners in America. We've had them. We have them, the J6 prisoners, the Dinesh D'Souza. But this is the big kahuna here, and this has got to be stopped. That the government should be shut down as much as possible by the House of Representatives until this nonsense is stopped. And I do believe there should be a complete economic embargo against New York, in particular New York City. New York City should be cut off. And because what they're doing, well, thank you for the call. What New York is doing is so wrong on so many levels. Our number is 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. The phones are very busy today. I know a lot of you have been on hold for a long time. We're up against our break at the bottom of the hour. I'll go right back to the phones after the break, okay? 1-888-465-2631. And don't forget, each day about an hour after we sign off the air, the entire radio show is uploaded to our radio station website, trueoldiesfla.com, and archived up there forever. So if you miss a show, a part of a show, or want to hear your calls, just go to trueoldiesfla.com. That's trueoldiesfla.com. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again.
Guys, there's over 1,500 people in the chat. And I just want to thank you all for your support of the channel. Please like and subscribe. Let's see here. You know, I saw this story here. Hunter Biden was at an art gallery with some of his art, and he's holding hands with this girl. I don't know who she is. Like, he's got a girlfriend. What kind of woman? Her name, his wife. I didn't know Hunter was married again. So Hunter is with his wife, Melissa. What kind of woman would be married to a man who has sex with hookers and videotapes and everything? I mean, what kind of woman would be married to a guy like that? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what is she? She must have a lot of problems. Yeah, that is. I mean, it's just, it's not safe. A gold digger. Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah. That's a very good answer. She looks happy to me. She's holding his hand. She's holding Hunter's hand with her left hand, and in her right hand, she has some shopping bags. So, man, I guess you're right. I don't know where those bags are from. I don't recognize them. It's in the New York Post. I did not know that he was married. Why would a guy like that even get married? What's the point of Hunter being married? That is so strange. Only one opening on the board. She looks like a nice lady. You know, I don't know anything about her other than she's married to Hunter Biden. Oh, my goodness. I don't know. How do you go home and tell your parents, Mom, Dad, I'm getting married to Hunter Biden? Oh my goodness. It's like coming home and saying, I mean, that's, I wouldn't believe. I'd be like, are you? Oh, she's the South African one? I thought that was an ex. Is she South African? Maybe she wanted a green card. I don't think she wants to work, though. Listen to John.
This is one of our callers who called me live on the radio to tell me how chiropractic physician Dr. Philip Appleton helped him with his laser away pain treatment.
You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name's Sean. I'm calling from Boca Raton. I want to thank you guys once again. I've listened to this show since the mid-'80s. Thank you for introducing me to Dr. Appleton, Brian and Steve.
I said she looks like a nice lady. Looks are deceiving,
I
D.
feel so much better. I brought my mother there yesterday. She has a problem with her right side or her arm. She's right-handed. She feels better. It's amazing. And for people out there that are dealing with pain, believe me, there is an alternative. Go in there for the free consultation. FRE free. You will lose. The only thing you'll lose is the pain that you're dealing with. Do not suffer. Go in to see Dr. Appleton, the greatest visit of your life.
Give Dr. Appleton a call right now, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Online, AppletonChiro.com. Open Monday through Saturday. Appointments not necessary, and walk-ins are welcome. 954-973-0710.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them.
I mean, my goodness.
Tender and delicious, crispy.
I mean, wouldn't you be worried about catching something just being in his presence? Sharing the same home and bathroom with Hunter Biden? It just doesn't sound healthy, you know? Here we go.
Steve Kane Show, celebrating 45 years on the air.
All right, we are back. Only one opening on our board at 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. Call us on hold, standby. I know some of you have been on hold for a long time, and I know who's been on the hold the longest, and they're going to be next. They're arresting our president tomorrow in East Berlin, New York City, and that's what we're talking about this morning. And we're being joined by Steve Kane. Did I interrupt your conversation, Steve? Yeah, okay. All right. Did I interrupt a conversation? You were mid-sentence. Well, I'm not. They're arresting our president tomorrow.
Let me just kind of cut to the chase. I've been up and down for 2 days straight, so there may be a little incoherence today. Make allowances. What the bottom line is, what assurances does Trump have that if he lives up to his part of the deal, they're going to live up to theirs?
Exactly.
That's my only question.
Yeah. This is the thing. I've been talking to callers about this all day. And they say, oh, they just want the mugshot, then he'll come home. When have Democrats ever asked for something, they got it and said, okay, we want nothing else? They always want more. They have no boundaries. There's no end to what they ask for. So, no, they...
Believe it is the truth.
That's correct.
Anything they say is suspect.
Yeah. Now, today, when the show is over, in less than 90 minutes, I'm heading over to Mar-a-Lago. There will be thousands of people lining the streets from Mar-a-Lago to the Palm Beach airport, showing our president support. He's flying out at noontime today, and I'll be there. I drove by the airport and stopped off on the way to the radio station this morning, and the fake news were setting up around Trump Force One was all lit up, fueled up, and ready to go. And the fake news media that I saw out there, it was 5:30 in the morning, Steve, they were having another party, but it was at the airport. They're so excited. Even the cameramen are excited, grinning ear to ear. And one of them saw my MAGA hat and just kind of laughed and walked the other way. These people, The media are too giddy right now. There's something coming up in this arraignment tomorrow that we don't know about yet. Bragg has something up his sleeve. Yeah, and usually at the end of his sleeve is a hand and with a big sandwich in it. All right, let's go. Let's see here. Some of these guys have been holding on for a long time, so let me take some of these calls. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian and Steve. It's Andrea.
Hey, Andrea.
Hi, Andrea. How are you?
Good, Steve. I started to watch Nashville, and I'll call in later on in the week when I finish it.
Yeah, please. Not today.
I didn't.
Absolutely. Good for you. And yeah, we're having another one too.
Oh.
So, since you've been so steadfast in your support, when you finish Nashville, take a look at Network.
Oh. Yeah, but how can you watch movies when they're arresting President Trump and this is going to be on TV this week? I don't know how you can fit movies in.
You know why, Brian? This is why. Because I'm tired of crying for my country. That's why. Because I can't do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But I am going to answer that woman who called in a few calls back and said, why hasn't Hillary Clinton been arrested? Why hasn't Joe Biden been arrested? Why hasn't Hunter Biden been arrested? And this is why. Because Republicans continuously, and here's where I'm going to disagree with you, Brian. Republicans all along have capitulated to every disgusting thing that the Democrats have done under the guise of we have to take the high road. We are at a tipping point in this country, and the communists have ripped the mask off. We cannot capitulate now.
Well, it seems. I mean, I want you guys to think what's going on here is this country right now is being run by George Soros. George Soros is arresting Trump tomorrow, not Bragg. Bragg's his instrument. He works for him. I think about that. This is crazy. And George Soros, remember, he turned Jews over to the Nazis in the Second World War. Remember, I mean, that's what we're dealing with here.
But after all the crying and all the praying, this is where I've come to right now. I believe in the government. I don't believe in any systems of justice. I believe that once they announce that indictment, America has fallen. But
yeah,
I do believe that. I believe in God, and I believe in the American people, because I think that we deserve far better than what we've gotten for years and years. And now is not the time to be weak. Now is the time to be strong, because if we are not strong together, we will no longer have America, and we will no longer be a free people.
Mm-hmm.
Believe in Americans. I don't believe in any of that DC junk. I don't believe in any politician. I believe in God and America, and that's the best that I can do right now, because what these people have done to American citizens and to our country is beyond reprehensible.
Do you think that they'll let Trump go tomorrow after the arraignment?
No. You are dealing with complete and utter fascism now.
Yes, that's right.
Different.
That's right.
We're no different now.
Let me ask you a question. What if they don't let Trump go tomorrow? Do you think that Trump's people would let him walk into a situation like that?
Here's the thing, Steve. I would hope to God that they wouldn't, but based on what I've seen from people around Trump, it wouldn't surprise me if they did.
Yeah, he's been betrayed by everyone, and I'll tell you, what I'm expecting is them to come up. We don't know what the charges are. A lot of people are acting like they know, but we do not know. And this mystery felony, I'm expecting a big surprise in this thing that we can't let him leave because of this thing here. No, I don't. And if they have an agreement, do you really trust these Democrats in New York to honor their agreement? In light of this new evidence, Your Honor, our agreement's null and void. I'm expecting some some stunt like that. They don't want just a mugshot. They want this man in jail.
They absolutely do. And that's why I can't go along anymore with we Republicans need to take the high road and we can't do to them what they did. No, they've opened Pandora's box, and I'm sorry because I'm not such a great person, but it's time for revenge.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. She's, oh boy. Yes.
No, no, your machine, I don't know if you got it. Did you see Mark Levin last night?
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
What were your feelings?
He feels like we do. I mean, he was passionate. That's about, he feels like all of us do. I mean, this is just a terrible thing they're doing here. I mean, I don't think people realize how serious what they're doing is. I know everybody's saying banana republic. That's just a phrase people are throwing around. The question is this truly a free country? It looks like this country is being run by the deep state, is what it looks like. And that the idea that America is a free country is an illusion. And what Andrea said is spot on. America has officially fallen when they book President Trump into the jail tomorrow. And everyone's assuming that this judge is going to put through a gag order. President Trump said he's going to fly home tomorrow and address the nation at 8:15. I wonder if Fox will bother to carry that. But he may not be allowed to fly back home to speak. If he puts a gag order on him and he talks, he can put him in jail, hold him in contempt. I don't think people understand really. I know everybody knows what's going on, but I think the country, even though everyone's circling the wagons around President Trump, I don't think it's sunk in how serious this is. This isn't just some normal news cycle debate, Republican versus Democrat. I think most people are in shock. I know I am still. It seems so unreal today. And I'm going to see the president today on his way to be arrested, and that's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. And now listen, I know we're up against a break. If you're on hold, stand by. We don't have time for a caller before the break, but after the break, we'll go right back to the calls. Now, those of you that are going to line up Sun Boulevard today, Southern Boulevard, on the way to the airport to greet the president, be cool, okay? You've heard some of these leftists that have called me this morning. Expect to run into fake MAGA and leftists trying to trigger you. Don't get in an argument. Don't have any crosswords. Be cool, and peaceful. The media is going to be there. The leftists are going to be there. I've seen these leftists in MAGA gear, undercover, trying to trigger people along Southern Boulevard in the past, and I would expect them to try it again. I saw Black Lives Matter try to start something there once on Inauguration Day, okay? So just be cool. Do not have any cross words. Do not argue. Do not raise your voice. And just wait for the president to come by. All right, we'll take our break and be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
Brian Craig here with a question for seniors and those who care about instant access to a healthcare. Touch of a button. Easier for you. You can with Smile Advocates.
Now, listen, guys, if you want to support this program, a great way for you to do that is go to mypillow.com and buy something with our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. You can take advantage of all the specials at mypillow.com with our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, not just the ones I talk about. My wife ordered some bath mats, used the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, over the weekend, and we got some bath mats, and they got a great deal. So there's over 200 specials and deals at mypillow.com, but that MyPillow 2.0 with the cooling technology, buy one, get one free, is a huge deal going on right now with our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. Oh. Yeah, the phones are very busy. John, these people don't care about the law. Okay? They're making their own laws in New York. They're arresting a president of the United States. I love all these legal experts I see on TV citing law and case law and constitutional thing. These people don't care about any of that, guys. They don't care. Mm-hmm. Hey, Rob, good to see you. Rob, I sent you a text days ago. I haven't heard back. Because you guys had sent me a text about something. I texted you back. I hope you got it. Oh, man. Rob and his wife go on our cruises. Oh, I'll text you later today then. Here we go. All right, we are back. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. Callers on hold. Stand by. Steve, you can help me talk about any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs. Steve and I'm closer to any lab test now of Boca. So that's where my wife, my daughter, and I go for our lab test mostly. Steve, you go to any lab test now of Coral Springs. But, the thing about, there's lots of any lab test nows around. These are the only two advertising on our radio stations, okay? Don't use the others. Just any lab test now of Boca and Coral Springs, all right? But the thing about any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs, they have all the thousands of lab tests that your doctor would ever possibly order. And they have the guaranteed lowest price as well. But you get in and out so quick. Now, for purposes of the commercial message, they like us to say 15 minutes or less. I've never been in there 15 minutes, okay? I'm always in there much, much less, okay? Usually around 5. Can't promise that, but I know my own experience. I'm in there about 5 minutes. And my wife and I, we go in there for all of our lab testing. And my wife, you guys know, has a lot of very serious illnesses and everything. Going to the doctor is a chore. And it's a chore for a lot of people. And it's also time consuming. You go to the doctor for a lab test. To me, it's like a day event. It takes hours. And even if some of your doctor doesn't do the lab test. So you wait in the doctor, that takes hours. And they send you to one of those big labs. Then you got to go there and wait. You go to any lab test now of Boca or any lab test now of Coral Springs. No appointments are necessary. You can walk right in. And they'll send the test results. The results come in the very next day. They'll send them to your doctor. They'll send them to you too. And I've been going there for many years, as has Steve. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is on the northwest corner of Ramblewood and University by the Coral Square Mall. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto, north of Hillsborough, on the east side of State Road 7, 441. All right? When you stop in, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. All right, Steve, there's only one opening on the board at 1-888-GO-CANE-1. And a lot of you have been holding on for a long time. I'm getting to the calls as fast as I can. In fact, this caller, you've been on hold for 34, almost 35 minutes. Thanks for holding. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Greg from Dallas.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, good morning, Steve. Good morning, Brian. I've suspected for some time now that the Chinese have been sort of the shadow puppet masters through blackmail or bribery. And if they have any hand in what's going on, my concern is that they're trying to distract things at home so they can make their move on Taiwan. Do you feel there might be any reverberation with that?
Well, obviously, Joe Biden and many members of the government work for China. And, China, of course, does not want Trump back in office, because Trump and his new list of campaign promises in 2024, right at the top of the list, it's the build the wall of the 2024 campaign, is bring all manufacturing back to America from China. So China certainly is putting the pressure on their employees like Mitch McConnell, Joe Biden, and others to do whatever they can do to stop that from happening.
I'm just worried about even go further than what you're saying is I'm just that they want Taiwan really bad, and this.
Oh, that's done. They're going to take Taiwan. They're going to take Taiwan as before the end of Biden's term. Why? This is the time to do it. There'll be no reaction.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
There'll be a strongly worded statement.
Yeah. I appreciate your guys' commentary. Thanks a lot.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your support. Appreciate it. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian. Hey, Steve. This is Mike from Houston again. How are you?
Hey.
How are you?
Oh, been better. I really don't have anything more to add because everything's been said at this point. But what we're witnessing is a politically motivated perversion of the justice system, and it's the most prejudicial prosecution I've seen since I've been around. I'm from D.C., so by comparison, I remember how horrified everyone was by the Whitewater investigation, and what's happening to President Trump makes Whitewater pale in comparison. So, we're all the people, the media commentators, the newspaper editors, the political pundits who howled about Whitewater, because they carried on about it was just a purely partisan political maneuver. Where are those people now?
Well, let me ask you, let's try to do some exploratory work here. Do you think if what you fear is true, do you think that Trump's people would permit him to walk into a situation where they're not going to let him walk out?
I don't think they have a whole lot of choice. The government.
Well, they have choices, but the choices are now.
Steve, you're assuming that Pontius Pilate Bragg here, who works for George Soros, who turned Jews over to the Nazis in the Second World War, are men of their word, and they may have an agreement for.
I'm not assuming anything. I'm simply asking a question that needs to be asked.
I don't really. First of all, let me caveat any further statement. I'm not an attorney, but I don't think they really have a. They might be able to delay. They might be able to delay. But I don't think in the long run, if the New York prosecutor's office is that adamant about pushing this, I don't know if there's a whole lot that can be really done.
See, the Secret Service, the Secret Service are kind of like observers. They got their protectee, but they kind of observe everything that's going on and let things play. As long as the person's safe, they just are observers, oftentimes.
Actually, to get to the point that I was trying to get to earlier, though, if I could, please. How do we show our support? He's going to be alone at some point. They are going to deprive him of legal representation, of his protection. He's going to be sitting in a room. I know how these people.
Well, that won't happen. They will not. No. The Secret Service will not leave him. They will not leave him. They will not under any circumstances. They will not leave him. And let me tell you, I've seen the president dozens of times, and his Secret Service, they don't mess around, and they're tight with him. They will not leave him under any circumstances.
One of the things that I've heard is that I've heard through back channels is that he's the most admired of many of the persons like Reagan. The Secret Service admired him the most. He was a good man. He was decent to them. He took them into consideration, what their needs, that kind of thing.
No, and let me tell you, they're good. I know a lot of people that have been up to Mar-a-Lago, have had interactions with the Secret Service. They're cool, and they love them, and they're very nice to us. Unlike the local cops in Palm Beach up there, they hate us. But they will not, under no circumstance will they leave his side. But that doesn't mean they're going to be able to leave the courthouse with him and bring him back home.
Well, what I was getting at is that at some point he is going to be alone, and at some point maybe
never. All right, that's enough. We don't need to take that rabbit hole anywhere. But no, he will not be alone under any circumstances. I promise you that. Now, in the next hour, after the top of the hour, we're going to have on the phone the organizer of this show of support for the Steve. People are lining up from Mar-a-Lago all the way down Southern Boulevard to the Palm Beach Airport to show support for the president. And after the top of the hour, I just got a text message. The organizer of that will be joining us, and I'm looking forward to hearing what they have to say about it. So what do you think will happen, Steve, once he's there? They arraign him. Do you think this liberal Trump hating judge is just going to say, okay, that's it. You're out. What do you think?
I don't know.
I think if I were to put odds on it, I would put 70-30 in favor of Trump coming back home tomorrow. 70-30. I'm sure they have an agreement, but I don't trust these people. One of the reasons I don't trust them.
The opinion here is that you think there's an agreement, but that they won't live up to it?
Correct. Bragg will not live up to any agree. You can't make agreements with Bragg. He works for George Soros. You make an agreement with Bragg, you're making an agreement with George Soros. No, they won't live up to it. No, they can't be trusted. If there's any way for them to keep him, they will. That doesn't mean they'll be able to, but they're going to try. Absolutely. And whatever agreements they made are not worth anything. I think they've just been too calm. Well, let's take some more calls. Okay, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Dan in Miami.
Uh-huh.
Okay. There's an old saying. Okay, there's two. I'm going to give Trump supporters some hope. One, two. The first one, they're both risky, but it's better the last minute. They're expecting him to come. He just says, no, it's not a good idea to change their mind. The second one, he does go, he gets up there, and here's a question I ask, especially for Steve. The New York police, who do you think they would support? Trump? And keep in mind, they've gotten pissed on by the Bragg. How many creeps have they arrested and he let them out? They do not like Bragg. The cop can turn and go with the Secret Service. Say, no, you let Trump go. And of course, it could be real ugly. It could turn real ugly, but that's fine. How do you...
Well, this guy's insane, Steve. He's insane. Listen to his voice.
Yeah, and I tell you something. The money-hungry boys are like House Medical.
Okay, all right. There he goes. See, there you got triggered. I've lost track. Is that the third or fourth time I did? Oh boy, you would think the liberals would be happier. President Trump, they're going to have a mugshot tomorrow. You think that would make them happy? I want to tell people about my chiropractor. Oh man, Dr. Philip Appleton. He's changed my life. He has changed my life. Today when I go to Mar-a-Lago, I'm going to be walking all over the place. I want to be walking miles today. I would not have been able to do that before Dr. Appleton, with his laser away pain treatment, rid me of my years of suffering from knee pain. I would have just driven up there and sat it down and watched. I wouldn't be able to walk around. And, I went up there Friday after the show. I walked 2-3 miles after the show Friday down at Mar-a-Lago. I wouldn't have been able to do that. His laser away pain treatment works. He rid me of my knee pain after 2 treatments a year ago, and it has not returned. Is that amazing? Now, his laser away pain treatment works on all kinds of pain. If you're suffering from pain, Dr. Appleton can help. He's a chiropractic physician. He's open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Appointments are not necessary, and walk-ins are welcome. And, the laser away pain treatment, there are no injections, no drugs, no surgery, no downtime, completely painless. When I've had the treatment, I just read my emails on my phone, So go and talk to Dr. Appleton. Make sure you tell him you heard about him on the radio, online at AppletonChiro.com. You can also call him at 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. That's 954-973-0710. After the top of the hour, we're going to be joined by the organizer of this Support Trump event taking place from Mar-a-Lago down Southern Boulevard to the airport all morning. We'll be right back after this.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robe Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. Your home for the Steve Kane Show. From the Palm Beach Patio Furniture Weather Center, where luxurious outdoor spaces are created, here's the oldies forecast.
Good morning, everybody. Hope your day is off to a great start. On this April 3rd, we'll see a daytime high of about 88 degrees, somewhat sticky outside, partly cloudy, and then a chance of some afternoon showers and storms in the mix. I'm WPVF 25 First Warning Meteorologist Sandra Shaw.
Weather brought to you by Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Route 1, Seminole Plaza Shops, North Palm Beach. Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Voted in the best of the best patios.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
And now, a true oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
I tell you, these liberals, they don't seem very happy today, do they? Every liberal, have you noticed all the liberals sound like they're intoxicated? You know, don't they? Mm. Exactly. Eggs is like it's like a you know, luxury item. Okay.
Here's your true oldies ABC News update.
Where are we? I clicked that on that was me. Yeah. Have to call back. Oh boy, oh boy.
The oil cap and such is starting to go up now.
What's that?
The oil cap is Russia.
Yep.
Japan just said that they're gonna pay for it as well. They're getting back out with us and everyone else.
Hey, it's Brian. We got 2 minutes, okay, and then we'll be on. All right, hold on. Yeah, I can hear you fine. You're fine. Hold on. It's Laura Loomer. She's organized this event. No. She's organized this peaceful rally. She sent me the flyer. The peaceful rally against the incitement of President Trump. Yeah. Oh boy, I tell you guys. Is it still America? No. America in name only. America has fallen. I mean, is this like the fall of our civilization here? I don't know. It's pretty big. Arresting a president? I love all these liberals on TV saying no one's above the law. Really? Hunter, Joe, Bill, Hillary. Give me a break. Well, I only worry about things that I have control over. You know, I'm not worried because let me get this. All right, we are back. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here now. Today, the president is leaving Mar-a-Lago and heading to New York on Trump Force One. And along the way, he's going to be greeted by countless supporters. And we have the organizer of this peaceful rally in support of our president on the line, a very well-known person in this audience, Laura Loomer. I was shocked to learn that you organized this, Laura Loomer.
Yeah, well, a bunch of grassroots patriots came together to help organize this rally today in support of President Trump. As he posted on his Truth Social, he's going to be leaving Mar-a-Lago today at noon and driving past Southern Boulevard on his way to the Palm Beach International Airport. And so I'm actually driving down now from the Villages. Woke up at 4 a.m. because, you know, over my dead body, was I not going to be there to support our president as they're trying to indict him? And so,
that's right.
I don't know how many people are going to be there, but I wouldn't be surprised if thousands of people show up today. And so if you're in the area, it starts at 10 a.m. President Trump will be driving by at noon and be waving to all of his supporters. And then you can park in the public parking lot there. The address is 828 Southern Boulevard. If you're familiar with that area, it's by the Intercoastal Bridge. So we just need to make sure that we're supporting our president.
Yeah, you know, Laura, you know, I went by the airport to see Trump Force One this morning at 5:30 this morning, and there were already MAGA people out front waiting for the president. So people are already been lining up all morning.
Yeah, people are waiting. People are lining up, and we want to make sure that we have miles. Like there were people talking online last night on Twitter about how amazing it would be if there were miles of people lining the streets from Southern Boulevard all the way to Palm Beach International Airport. And so I know that CNN is going to have a news helicopter in the air. And so the sooner you guys can get there, better, because we want to make sure that we show the fake news media how much.
Well, you know, Laura Loomer, we don't know how many thousands of MAGA patriots will be there. There'll be a lot, but I do know this. Ron DeSantis will not be there supporting the president today.
Yeah, Ron DeSantis, you know, he continues to sink in the polls. This weekend, actually, he decided to have an event in New York, another one of his fake book events that's really just a shadow presidential campaign fundraiser and event. Because we all know he's going to be running.
Yep.
Unbelievable, but he had it in New York. And I posted on my Twitter, we helped organize, really good showing for President Trump in front of Ron DeSantis' venue. And a couple of my friends actually confronted Ron DeSantis inside while he was speaking, and they were escorted out. They started shouting, endorse Donald Trump during Ron DeSantis'.
Yeah.
So we're going to make sure this happens at every single event, because what he's doing is wrong. Also, in case you didn't see this on my Twitter, he actually had his henchmen in the Florida legislature file the bill to change resign to run moments after President Trump was indicted.
That's right. And
Imagine picking a worse time. How stiff do you have to be to file the bill, hoping that nobody would notice that you're having the legislation filed at that time because, it's a media frenzy. Everybody's going to be distracted by the indictment of President Trump. It's sick. It's really.
That's right. That's right. Well, Laura Loomer, I'll see you there later this morning.
You can't make it to this rally. We're going to have another one at 5 p.m. tomorrow when President Trump returns. He's flying back at 7 p.m. and we're going to be there at 5 p.m. So
okay.
If you can't make it today.
Okay, take care. All right, take care, Laura Loomer. You know, Steve, I wish you could go today. And when I went to the airport to see Trump Force One this morning, Steve, because I was at Dunkin' Donuts and they had CNN on and they showed the plane was all lit up. And I drive by the airport on the way to the radio station. And I couldn't believe, Steve, how many MAGA people were already parked at the airport on Southern Boulevard to show their support for President Trump. And it was 5:30 in the morning on Monday, the first day of the work week. These are conservatives. These are people that have jobs, unlike these liberals that call us here, right? Their whole life's been a vacation. And a Monday's the same as a Saturday or a Sunday to those guys because they don't work. But these are conservative. So all these people that show up today are doing this on the first day of the work week, taking off work or doing whatever it is they have to do to support the president. And this is really a historic event. But I do know this, if you've never been to a Trump rally and you can show up today on Southern Boulevard between Mar-a-Lago and the airport, you really should try. President Trump, what he likes to do, and I've seen him do this at every event where people are lined on the street, he likes to he has the drivers basically idle the vehicle, and he'll have them bring the car as close to the curb as they're allowed to get up close and personal with you. You might even get a selfie with the president through the window. I've done it, and it's really amazing. And he needs to see the support. Steve, what has me worried is that I'm not seeing the liberals do victory laps over this, Steve. All they talked about for years is arresting Trump. It's happening tomorrow. And it's like radio silence, really, from Bragg and the New York Democrats. They've got something planned, Steve. What it is, we'll find out tomorrow, I guess. But President Trump announced yesterday that he's going to address the nation Tuesday night at 8:15 Eastern from Mar-a-Lago. I wonder if the networks. Do you think the networks will carry that, Steve?
No, it's so hard to predict.
They got to carry. I mean, it's I don't think they will. I don't think they will. A former president has never had anything like this happen, and certainly when there's a high profile person that is facing any type of legal trouble, the media always carry it. If it's just some idiot celebrity who's been famous for 5 minutes, there's hardcore media coverage. And to have that person do a press conference, and Trump is very likely to take questions, for the networks not to cut in, for the cable news not to carry it live, I would be shocked if they all made that decision. I don't know if Fox will carry it. 8:15 during Tucker Carlson, they may not. They may not. They don't carry the Trump rallies on Fox. They very well may not carry the Trump address to the nation. I know Newsmax will. They've been doing really good on their coverage. All right, we're going to take the first break of the last hour of the first show of the week. First break of the last hour of the first show of the week. That's right. And when we get back, we'll get to more of your calls. And there are some things involving the indictment of President Trump we've not touched on yet that I want to get into when we get back from the break. Our number is toll free, 1-888-GO-CANE 1. 888-465-2631. We'll be back right after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get on the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-CANE 1. This is the Steve Kane Show.
Oh my goodness.
Oldies 95.9 and 106.9.
Brian Craig here with a question for seniors and those who care about them. How would you like to have instant access to a healthcare advocate at the touch of a button? Would that make life easier for you? You can with I Will Advocates. I Will Advocates will help you set up doctor's appointments, help with your pharmacy, even deal with your pharmacist to make sure that you have your prescriptions. They'll help you find a doctor, including a specialist. If you've been billed improperly by a doctor's office or a hospital, they can help you with that too. They'll even be your advocate when you're in the hospital to make sure you get the care you need and the care you deserve. And that's just the beginning of what they do. I Will Advocates takes care of all Steve Kane's healthcare issues too, and they can do the same for you. I Will Advocate clients are family, and they go to bat for their family when you need them the most. Call Debbie at
Oh man, make sure you guys subscribe if you're new to the channel. And those of you that are members, I put up some raw video this morning of me going to the airport, taking a look at Trump Force One this morning at 5:30 on my way in. So check that out.
Join the luxurious Douro River Cruise in Portugal from August 23rd through September 2nd. This trip offers a unique and intimate experience. You'll enjoy the best of Portugal, from the stunning city of Lisbon to the world-renowned port wine region of Porto. This luxury riverboat provides exceptional service and top-of-the-line cuisine. You'll indulge in local wines and culinary delights. So join and learn more about this once-in-a-lifetime trip. Visit brianportugal.com and request a brochure.
You're going to be there? Absolutely.
Energy saving and insulation help you make your home energy efficient, cut your electric bills up to 50%, and pay little or even nothing for the repairs. Make sure you get your fair share of the inflation reduction rebates up to $1,000 per year.
Rob, are you in town? You going to be down there today?
Families up to $150,000 of income, $14,000 per year. This is huge. You can use this money for insulation and radiant barriers. $2,800 available. Hybrid hot water heaters up to $3,750 available. AC units up to $10,000 available. Electric panel upgrades up to $6,600. And after we reduce your home consumption by 35% or more, you get additional rebate money of $4,000 to $8,000 if you qualify. To find out how much you qualify for, call me 954-939-1500. That's 954-939-1500. Or go to cutmykilowatts.
Got to get the. I know, story of my life.
Hello, this is Mike the Friendly Tire. I've been in business for 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I get you incredible deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445.
Here since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane is here. And if you or someone you know and love have neuropathy, I don't have to tell you, they're living just really an almost impossible life of constant pain and discomfort. You know, the signs and symptoms of neuropathy truly make life unbearable. Numbness, pain, burning, tingling in the hands and feet, muscle weakness, dizziness, muscle twitching, that feeling of pins and needles, like, you know, when you got no circulation going in the hands and feet. Some people have no feeling at all. And a lot of people with neuropathy have all of these symptoms in rotation. It's like, you know, it's like a song rotation on a radio station. It's like from one symptom to the next, just all day long, around and around. And it's awful. It certainly is awful. But there is help available at Lighthouse Medical in Pompano. Okay, they have a treatment for your neuropathy symptoms that works. It worked on Steve and many people in this listening audience. Give them a call. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. And when you tell them you heard about them on the radio, you can take advantage of their no-charge consultation. Online at lighthousemedicalcenter.com. And the number 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642. That's 754-222-6642. All right, you back with us, Steve? Okay. Now, those of you out there that are going to go to the peaceful demonstration in support of our great President Donald Trump today, I'll give you some insider tips, having gone to almost all of these events. You know, that area of Palm Beach, this is a very red state. However, the president lives in one of the most liberal Democrat parts of the state, okay? And a lot of the people and businesses around there, they're liberal. They hate you. They hate Trump. They hate MAGA. Even though, you know, we're down there using their businesses, it's hard to find parking. The place to park is the Publix on Southern Boulevard, west of Mar-a-Lago. It's the Publix where Melania shops with Barron. And but the Publix parking lot's where I park, and that's where most people park. And you want to get there early, okay? I probably shouldn't tip people off to that great parking spot, but it's a good one. And usually most of the events at the spontaneous Trump rallies, you know, there'll be people along all of Southern Boulevard from Mar-a-Lago all the way to the airport, which is a few miles. But but the Publix parking lot area is where most of the events happen, right? The Right Side Broadcasting usually is camped out there. The Bikers for Trump, all the stuff you see at the rallies, you know, in the press, they're usually in the Publix parking lot because everyone can get parking and they can set, you know, and set up there. So that's where you want to go. And if you can, you really should go. And if you don't have your MAGA gear with you, that's okay. I'm sure somebody will be selling the stuff there. You can buy it. I brought a change of clothes. I'm wearing a Trump sweatshirt, but it's going to be 88 degrees. So I brought some Trump t-shirt I'm going to switch into in the car. And I'm going to make a YouTube video of the whole thing that I'll tell after I got it online. I'll tell you guys all about it. 1-888-GO-CANE-1's our number. Before we go back to the phones, the first polls since the indictment news are starting to come out now, and they're amazing. This is in Mediaite. Okay, Mediaite is very liberal, very liberal. I'm going to read this article in Mediaite, but the word choice and phrases are theirs. In a startling new poll result, I don't find it startling. I just confirm what I thought, but they're liberal. They're in a Trump-hating bubble. In a startling new poll result, Donald Trump has tripled his lead over Governor Ron DeSantis following the indictment news. Many pundits have predicted the indictment would help Trump, but this has them in shock. And, you know, you've seen reported that President Trump has raised millions and millions of dollars. The first $4 million that he raised by the end of the week last week, a quarter of that was from new donors that have never donated before. And the powers that be, the deep state, the uniparty, the media, you know, they don't understand that the country has circled the wagons around Trump. And a lot of people thought that, you know, all these investigations into Trump had merit. And those of us who had said, no, he did no wrong, they thought we were conspiracy nuts. And now they know that we've been right. And a lot of people are waking up now. All right, let's take some calls. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
John, Fort Lauderdale, at the southwest corner of I-95 and Southern Boulevard. There's an empty lot there. I own it. It's right across from where Trump parks his airplane. Everybody listening is free to park on my property right there behind Cloud Lake City Hall. It's empty lot. Feel free to park there.
Great. What nice guy. Well, that's a nice offer. Very, very kind of you. I hope you're telling the truth.
Of course I am.
Okay. No, I believe you. Where's that at? Where are you telling people they can park?
It's the southwest corner. It's 95 and Southern Boulevard, right behind Cloud Lake City Hall.
Okay.
Right across the street from where Trump parks his airplane. It's an empty lot. It's 1400 Southern Boulevard.
Oh, great. 1400. Okay. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. It's really a sad day. I haven't felt this way in a long time. I remember on Inauguration Day, I went up to the airport, and there were a lot of other people there too, MAGA people, and we saw Air Force One leave without President Trump, and I saw grown men cry. You know, and it's kind of like that now that he's leaving to go to New York. It's like it's real now. You know what I mean? This has just been some event in the news, and now I've been in shock about it, and now it's starting to sink in how real this is. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, good morning, man.
Hey, Doris, turn down the volume of whatever you got on in the background.
Oh, I don't have anything on. I don't know.
I can hear myself. Okay, go ahead. I hear myself in the background.
I was wondering, I'm starting to believe in DeSantis. You must have talked me into something, but somebody told me that he probably had his eyes opened last night. What if he showed up today and took Trump into protective custody and decided to stall everything?
Well, Doris, I'm going to respond to what you said, but I'm going to let you go because I can hear everything in the back on delay. So I'm hearing something. I don't know if it's from your phone or the radio, but if Governor DeSantis came to Palm Beach today and supported Trump and stood with Trump and tried to stop the arrest from happening, I would have a change of heart. But I just don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. And I've never, Steve, I've never seen a politician destroy their political career as quickly as Governor DeSantis has done in the last 2 weeks. And, except when like someone's been arrested, I mean, this is like Ted Kennedy kind of self-destruction going on with it's that bad. Except he went on to get reelected. I don't believe DeSantis is electable. And what's scary to me, because I saw Governor DeSantis on TV over the weekend, he seems completely unaware as to how unpopular he's become in the last 2 weeks, which really is scary that he's that out of touch with reality. But he saved us from him, because if he would not have blown his cover a couple weeks ago, we never would have known. And in 2028, he would have been the president, and then we would have found out everything that he was all about. Now, I haven't got any of the sound bites yet, but I do want to get to some of them. But I'm going to only play one during the break because I don't want to get sidetracked on this too much. Vanessa Williams, remember the fallen Miss America? She was at an award ceremony yesterday and was on the red carpet and said this. This is Vanessa Williams, one of the most beautiful American women that's ever been born.
Drag queens are not murdering people. We are a wonderful community.
Okay, drag queens are not murdering people, except the babies in Nashville from that drag queen shooter who killed those 9-year-old children and the staffers at the school. Other than those, I mean, does she follow the news? Does she know what she's? I know Vanessa Williams. I thought she was smarter than that. Well, looks can be deceiving. All right, listen, we'll take our break for the bottom of the hour and be right back.
Making morning radio great again. You're gonna really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Did anybody catch Marjorie Taylor Greene on 60 Minutes last night? She was great. I got one clip of that. Only one. It was so good. Lesley Stahl didn't know what she was up against. She looked great. She did a great job, Marjorie Taylor Greene. A beautiful face doesn't make you smart. That's for sure. In Vanessa Williams' case. I thought she did great. And keep in mind, liberal 60 Minutes did all that editing too. Mm-hmm. I have a second one of these wireless mics I have charged because I use this one for 3 hours. I've got the other one, so I got a fully charged mic to make the video with of the Trump rally. Mm-hmm. 60 Minutes has always been a nonsense liberal show, but I thought Marjorie Taylor Greene did very well. That was the first time, that was an important show that I'm going to talk about this when we get back, because only liberals watch 60 Minutes, right? If there's a special thing, they have Trump on Marjorie Taylor Greene, I'll go and watch it. But liberals only know Marjorie Taylor Greene from how she's been framed by the liberals. And now when they saw her, I thought she did great. Particularly, the one clip I have that I'm going to play is about the pedophile thing. Oh, Trump did well with her, too. Well, we only saw what 60 Minutes showed us. If she made Lesley look too bad, that didn't make it on TV. All right, we're back. I'm Brian. Stevie back with us? Okay, so last night, Marjorie Taylor Greene was on 60 Minutes with Lesley Stahl. And I forgot that 60 Minutes was even still a show. I haven't watched it since they had Trump on last a couple years ago. And Marjorie Taylor Greene was absolutely amazing with Lesley Stahl. And not only did she clean her clock and do a great job, which she did much better than we saw, because what we saw on 60 Minutes was edited by liberal 60-minute people, so, and even with their highly edited liberal bias, Marjorie Taylor Greene looked great. And I got one clip that I'm going to play from it, just one. And Lesley Stahl asked Marjorie Taylor Greene a question about some things she said in the past, and she thought that she had Marjorie Taylor Greene on the ropes, and Marjorie Taylor Greene filleted Lesley Stahl and made a lot of sense. Listen to that. This is Lesley Stahl with MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, on 60 Minutes last night.
The Democrats are a party of pedophiles. I would definitely say so. They support grooming children. They are not pedophiles. Why would you say that? Democrats support, even Joe Biden, the president himself, supports children being sexualized and having transgender surgeries. Sexualizing children is what pedophiles do to children. Wow.
Well, I love Lesley Stahl's response. Wow, that means she has no answer. I like this. Wow. She has no response, because even Lesley Stahl is thinking, wow, Marjorie Taylor Greene makes a lot of sense. Isn't that what pedophiles do, Steve? They sexualize kids. I mean, Yeah, so they're groomer pedos, and she did great. I mean, and a lot of people are saying that why would she go on that show? She shouldn't go on that liberal show. The only people, unless Trump is on it, or last night was a special event with Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I heard about it, so I watched it. The only people that watch 60 Minutes are liberals. Okay, that's the only people that watch it. So liberals that watch 60 Minutes are people that follow politics, and they only know Marjorie Taylor Greene on the liberal narrative. She's a racist, she's a transphobe, she's this, she's all these things. And then when they actually saw her like she was last night, they'll see her in a whole new light. And that's she did really good. And they showed her working out in her garage. My goodness, she's scary. She is in the best physical condition of any member of Congress, probably in the history of Congress. She was lifting, she was powerlifting over 200 pounds. She was doing pull-ups and all kinds of other exercises. I don't even know what those exercises are called she was doing. She is in like peak physical condition. But when this thing about the pedophile sexualizing children, Lesley Stahl went back to that a couple of times, and she had the same answer every time. And Lesley Stahl she just couldn't. I'm surprised they left that in, because she made such a good case. Now, as far as I'm concerned, with the indictment of President Trump, any Republican who's running for president in the primaries that doesn't drop out and endorse Trump cannot be trusted. I mean, that's a given. I mean, when you look at what they're doing to President Trump, and someone's running against them in the Republican primary, they're a rhino, right? They're a rhino. And Asa Hutchinson, he was the governor of Arkansas back in 1910 or something. He's running for president, and he made a bold announcement about President Trump on over the weekend. Listen, this is Hutchinson.
You suggested recently that if Trump were to get indicted, that he should drop out of the race. Do you believe that now that he's been indicted, should he drop out?
Well, I do. First of all, the office is more important than any individual person. And so for the sake of the office of the presidency, I do think that's too much of a sideshow and distraction, and he needs to be able to concentrate on his due process, and there is a presumption of innocence. But the second reason is, throughout my 8 years as governor and as a political...
Blah, blah, blah. Who cares about your 8 years of governor? I did watch Mark Levin last night. Not the whole thing, but the part when, that's important. Yeah, he was good. And he talked about Asa Hutchinson. And, and these guys are, I don't know a word to describe. They're pedestrians. They're not real players. Okay. They're pawns. And Hutchinson, he's an out of work politician who's looking for a donor or a country to buy him. That's basically what he's doing, right? Like Biden. What's going on here, when I hear this legal analysis, well, the presumption of innocence and all this stuff, he is innocent. This is, and as President Trump drives from Mar-a-Lago to the airport to board Trump Force One today, we are watching a political prisoner. And I know a lot of MAGA people have been making these comparisons lately, and I don't make it lightly. But when I think of President Trump on that drive down Southern Boulevard today, from Mar-a-Lago to the airport, and hopefully a slow stop in front of the Publix to say hello, it's like to me, it's like the Stations of the Cross, man. I mean, this guy is being persecuted beyond imagination by very evil people that run our country and run our government. And, he doesn't have to he could end the Jesus comparisons. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like that. And a lot of people think it's weird and strange. The thing about the suffering of Jesus, he could have stopped that at any time, Jesus, right? He had the power to stop it. President Trump has the power to stop this too. He just has to agree that he'll never run for president again and drop out of politics, and then they'll leave him alone. But he's not. and he's going through this suffering that he's going through, and he's going to New York. I know Mark Levin said that he's standing strong. I know he's putting on a good face, and I know when I see the president today that he's going to be smiling ear to ear and look happy, but that's not what's going on the inside. He knows as well as we know that once he steps off in New York City, he is in East Berlin in 1975, okay? And what happens in East Berlin, who knows? It's an unknown if he gets to come home. If he gets lucky, they might just confine him to his house at Trump Tower. Who knows? They may put him in a jail cell. They may put an ankle bracelet on him. They may not let him leave New York. We don't. It's an unknown, and it's a risk. And I think it's so interesting that this is happening during Holy Week, and that and I'd like to take your calls on this, by the way. And even if you think I'm nuts, at 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Yesterday was Palm Sunday, and here we have President Trump not even challenging extradition. I mean, I was shocked. I thought for sure he would challenge extradition, because challenging it would be a legal process, and everything in Florida courts is televised, so it would be on television. And I've never seen a proceeding where an extradition was challenged before, so I don't exactly know what happens there. But because I don't think anybody does, because that, one of those things, unless you're a lawyer who's been through it. But I thought challenging the extradition would put a spotlight on how bad these people are in New York, and could quite possibly stop it. And no challenge. He's getting in the car, and he's getting on his plane, and he's going to New York today. He does not have to do that. He could put it off. He could drag it out in the courts. He could challenge extradition. He could go to the Supreme Court.
No question.
He's taken a risk. President Trump could have tried to negotiate to do this virtually without leaving Mar-a-Lago because of everything that's involved in this happening. And he's willingly. That's where I make the Holy Week Jesus comparisons, is that he's going through this very unknown process that he could stop on a dime, and he's not. And he's doing this for all of us and the country as well. And when I was talking in the first hour, this is bigger than 9/11 what's happening, because when 9/11 happened, as god awful as that was, our democracy wasn't at stake, our country wasn't at stake. With this arrest of Donald Trump tomorrow, the entire way of life, so far as the American system of justice and the government go, very well could be over. It's all there has never been a threat to the actual freedom and democracy of this country like this before. He's not only a president, he's the nominee for our party in 2024. All right, we'll take our last break of this Monday morning edition of the program. I'm Brian. Steve is here. Our number 1-888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call no matter where you're calling from. We'll break and be right back.
The cold, hard,
Is that
truth.
Is that Youngerman?
Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on the Steve.
All right, and it's time to check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated with the Morning Gold and Precious Metals Report. William Youngerman, good morning.
Good morning, Brian. How you doing?
Doing all right. How the metals doing this morning?
Fine. A lot of news coming out, and Friday gave us a little bit of a buying opportunity on gold with a pullback of $10.80 on the closing out the week at $1,969.70, while silver was up 17 cents, closing out the week above that $24 number, $24.08. Platinum was up $3 on the close Friday at $990, and palladium lost $1 at $1,401. Big news this morning: OPEC cutting production of oil to us, and that's going to push the markets even higher. Oil up almost $5 this morning, back up to over $80 a barrel. The U.S. dollar down dramatically, with the U.S. dollar index down over 0.5 point. Folks, if you're thinking about traveling somewhere, you better check with our foreign exchange department because the currency those nations is going to be much more expensive at the rate we're going. Gold up $8.30 this morning at $1,978 the ounce. Silver down 3 cents at $24.05. Palladium or platinum down $5 at $9.85, and palladium up $14 at $1,415. So gold continues to hang in there and push towards that $2,000 number. Then oil going up significantly is going to be more inflation for us, and the U.S. dollar is going to make all the goods that we're importing more expensive.
Yeah, and I was reading a story today in India. They're starting not to use the dollar, but other currencies for some international business, which of course is going to depress the dollar. And that's what. And so far as the price of oil, when oil goes up, typically the price of gold goes up, and that's why the oil prices are so important. But a weakened dollar, gold goes up. So what are people doing now? Are they mostly buying? Are they selling at these great prices? What are people doing, William Youngerman, when they come in?
We see very few people selling. If anything, we see hundreds of new buyers coming into this market every day. It's just amazing. There's just it appears to be a total offtake of the supplies, and supplies are dwindling and shortages are starting to show themselves. So
yeah,
we could be heading for a time when, as much as we've never really been out of the metals, and we've always been able to supply our customers, there could be a day when we just can't get anything.
Yeah, well, at William Youngerman's, I mean, you say all the time everything is available for immediate delivery, but the demand is so high. Things are available for delivery now, but some things may become short in the future. So listen, stop in or call. William Youngerman opens up at 10 a.m. weekdays. He's located at 150 East Palmetto Park Road, which is on the first floor of the Bank of America building in Boca Raton, just east of US 1 Federal Highway, on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. You can find him online at williamyoungerman.com, or if you want to call, and you can buy and sell over the phone as well, 1-800, no matter where you're located, by the way, in America or the world, 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010. All right, William Youngerman, we'll touch base tomorrow.
Okay, have a great day. Thanks.
All right, back after this.
Warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve is here. Our number 1-888-GO-KANE-1. Now, I just want to tell people, and this is so important. Okay, so if you're here in South Florida and you've never been to a Trump rally, today there is a Trump rally from Mar-a-Lago to the Palm Beach Airport down Southern Boulevard, and it's going to be a big one. And it's a rally in support of our president, Donald Trump. And, I got to tell you, there will be people there who will try to start an argument with you. Don't engage. Don't argue. Don't disagree. Just move along and be cool. Okay? I've seen it happen on more than one occasion. And just because they have MAGA gear on doesn't mean they're MAGA. Okay, so don't get involved in any of that. Also, if any Democrats show up, don't talk to them. Don't even look at them. You see Democrats show up, walk the other way. They're not there for anything good. Okay, they're not there. They're not there to do anything but cause trouble. And all this love that President Trump is going to experience today on that drive to the airport is going to do nothing but tick them off. And Steve, I was telling people earlier, I was live streaming on YouTube at Starbucks yesterday, and there's these two guys. I go there on the weekends a lot and live stream. There's these two guys. One of them's a homeless guy who keep trying to get a reaction out of me. These two liberal guys who hate Trump, and they do all kinds of things to try to get me to say the first word, so then they can be each other's witness and accuse me of doing something that I didn't do. And yesterday I'm live streaming on YouTube, and this one guy, he's really creepy. He gets right at the table right behind me while I'm live streaming on YouTube, and he's really creepy, kind of like Biden. He doesn't stiff my hair, but he's almost close enough to do it. And yesterday when I was doing this, he took out his phone and started playing Ron DeSantis' speech that he gave in Long Island. All of a sudden, this liberal jerk is a big fan of Ron DeSantis. And with this guy, it's so bad. The first weekend that the indictment was announced a couple weeks ago, I was there live streaming, and it was a Saturday or a Sunday. And as soon as I turned the camera off, he started in on me. And he was trying to get me to react, which I didn't do. So what I do now is I don't turn off the video until the live stream video until I get in the car. And he doesn't say or do anything when the video's going. He's trying to get me to, react to him. And the reason I share this with you is there will be people like that today, and you just want to make sure that you ignore them. Don't give the media what they want, but definitely go and show. And also, when the president comes home tomorrow from New York, around 5-ish, there's going to be a similar event happening in reverse from the airport to Mar-a-Lago. But I'm going to head over there right at 9 o'clock and go get a good parking spot. And I'm not sure where I'm going to be, but as I was saying earlier, the best place to be is in that Publix parking lot just west of Mar-a-Lago. That's where most of the activity is, the media, most of the people. And Right Side Broadcasting, they're typically there as well. I don't know if they'll be there today. I know they're going to be in New York tomorrow with President Trump, but they might be with him in his car when he's driving to the airport today. But usually that's where they are in the rest of the media. All right, our number 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Helen from Kansas.
Oh, hey, Helen.
Hi. Well, to answer your, or to be invited to say something about this Christ comparison, Jesus said in St. John 15, verse 18, to Christians, true Christians, if the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing that's going on here, I don't lightly make Jesus comparisons, but it is Holy Week after all. No one else, no other man in this country would put up with what Donald Trump has had to live through since he came down the escalator from these terrible people and keep standing up against them. It'd be so easy for him to make a deal to drop out of the race and never run again. He could come up with 80 excuses.
He says he's doing it for us.
That's right.
He's after us, but he's standing in the way.
That's right. And he is. I mean, why? Yeah, and that's what Mark Levin was talking about, these other candidates that are running, right? What other candidate would even wants to stand up to these people? And if they did, would be able to do it. You look at all of them, Nikki Haley, Hutchinson, DeSantis hasn't announced yet, but whoever else is running, all of them owe everything to the Republican establishment that they have. They're not going to stand up to this.
I don't think they could take the heat.
Well, who could? Donald Trump is not a mortal man. I mean, at his last rally, the one in Waco, Texas, he was talking about a friend of his. And he said, you must be the most innocent man that's ever lived with all these investigations, and it's amazing. They've tried to set him up. They couldn't set him up. And, at first by the way, thanks for the call, Helen. At first they could not fathom that there was a man who was so rich and famous that didn't have all these skeletons, because that's how they are, right? They think all people at President Trump's level are like the Kennedys or the Bidens. So they just couldn't fathom that they wouldn't find anything. And look at what they found. This whole thing with Skanky or Stormy Daniels. I think that this was a setup operation that they did through Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen, they have that there's two letters. One is from Stormy Daniels. TMZ had this a couple years ago. Stormy Daniels wrote an official letter that she signed that said she never had sex with Donald Trump. And then there's the letter from Michael Cohen. He said not only did he not tell Donald Trump about the thing, that he never was repaid in any way whatsoever from Donald Trump for his payment to Stormy Daniels. Okay. So what I personally believe is that, they tried everything to get to Trump, right? They had that fake Russian dossier. They had the wiretap on Trump Tower where he lived, where the campaign was. They couldn't find anything. They tried. I think they probably found that Access Hollywood tape info from the wiretap, you know. And remember, they had the Miss Universe, Elisa Machado, who she said he called me Miss Piggy, and they had all these things, and none of them stuck. Every time they brought something out, he came out stronger. And I think they went to Cohen and got Michael Cohen to do this whole thing with Stormy Daniels to have something against Trump at some point in the future. That's what I really, truly believe that. Now, I do have some sad news to report, though. And I don't like to end the show on a sad note, but I do have some sad news. It's Monday, and that means Anne Marie's is closed. Anne Marie's in Pompano, where all the Italian food is homemade, is not open on Mondays, but they are open every other day of the week. And tomorrow, Tuesday, is a big day because from 2 to 6 at Anne Marie's in Pompano, kids eat free with the purchase of an entree by their parents. That's on Tuesday. They are closed on Mondays. And if you want to take the kids in between 2 and 6 tomorrow, kids eat free with an entree paid for by the parents. Okay, that's tomorrow. But I have a lot of people ask me about the secret pizza menu, and I have the secret pizza menu in my hand. These are, it's called Crazy New York Craft Pies, and the secret pizza menu with the gourmet pizzas is on the back of the lunch specials. Ask for the lunch specials menu. I don't care if it's dinner time. Ask for the lunch specials menu. Flip it over, and this is where and I found what I'm going to have next, by the way. But this is where they have the greatest pizza I've ever had that I never even knew existed. Anne Marie's has a steak deluxe pizza made with rib-eye steak, and it's delicious. I never even knew something like that existed. It does. Their lobster and shrimp pizza made with fresh Maine lobster, by the way. But the next one I'm going to try is the Angel's Pie. The Angel's Pie is a pizza with charred pepperoni, goat cheese, red onion, red pepper, basil, honey drizzle, and red sauce. And absolutely. And it sounds delicious. And there's many others. But the secret pizza menu is on the back of the lunch specials menu. And I've already got the hunger pains going on. I am starving. Boy, that pizza would sound good. But Anne Marie's is closed today. They'll close on Mondays, but they'll be open tomorrow. Anne Marie's is located in Pompano on the northwest corner of US 1 Federal Highway and Copans Road in the same plaza as the movie theater. When you stop in, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Sheila. I'm calling from Ohio.
Mm-hmm. Welcome.
Hi, thank you. I just tuned into your show a while ago, but I wanted to know if you saw the thing where the attorney, one of the attorneys from the law firm that is suing President Trump.
Mm-hmm. I saw that. Yes, I did see that. Yes, I don't know too much about it, but I did see that. Yeah, and that arrest seems to have happened in our neighborhood. Well, you know what? That tells you the kind of person that goes after Trump, right? They are corrupt.
Just want to talk if you.
Oh yes, yeah. You know that we have an overabundance of news. We can't get into all of it. There's so much breaking right now. But yeah, hey, listen, we're out of time. But thanks for the call. All right, now if any of you are over at the Trump rally along Southern Boulevard today between Mar-a-Lago and the airport, and you see me, say hello. And if you're there, you probably won't see me because there's going to be so many thousands. I hope. I saw people already parking at 5:30 this morning, waiting for the president. So it's a pretty important day and a sad day. They're arresting President Trump tomorrow. I'm Brian. You're listening to Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. Steve Kane has been with us. God bless America. And of course, he really, truly needs it. God bless Donald Trump, who's going to go through some real terrible stuff this week. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early at 6 a.m. Take care.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by the Canales Media Group. Broadcast.
All right, guys, take care. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and like before you go. All right.